Oh, yeah, we record this show too.
Oops. Don't forget to press buttons.
Yeah. Okay, let's find out if we're live. Luthion's at band practice tonight, so I'm side producing till she gets back.
Doing all the things.
Yeah. Yeah,
You're
yeah. I'm a good boy.
should not be laughing at that. I'm sorry.
I don't care. I'm not. It's. If anything, it'll be people be like, "Oh, Jimmy's one of those guys. That's one of his king." It's not.
One of those. One
That's
of
just what
those.
they'll. That's just what they'll say. All right, let me remove all these dead ones. All right, and now we're gonna have a show. It's calling it now. Don't you know? Ba-da-da-da. Meow. Does this still work? Hey, it does. Hey, welcome to Calling It Now, where you can call in and debate us. We don't think MAGA is very smart. We don't think it's very defensible. We don't think that it is capable of governing. And we think that Donald Trump is the most corrupt and worst president ever, that has been further highlighted by his, shall we call them, antics this week, as he gets us literally a horrible deal.
It's, yeah, it's something. It's literally just a deal right now to continue talking, which they were already in one.
Right. And also, we did not get shit as far as like the nuclear guarantees that they're claiming that we were getting. Legitimately, like, there's nothing exciting about this deal, that we're pretending, that some people are pretending he's this great president that makes great deals. Is very laughable at this point. I could have gotten us a better deal, guys. And Obama did get us a better deal. That's what's really annoying. I'm not even an Obama guy, but here I am having to go like, hey, so did you guys love all that money we just spent and all of those people we just killed and all those civilians we just bombed? Also, we could get a worse deal than we already had. How'd you guys like that? How'd you guys like that? 336-543-2101, 336-543-2101. If you would like to call in and debate us because you hate us,
do it.
You can do so there at 336-543-2101. Let's make this a little more festive. I think I want black and red for our banner here. There we go. That's nice.
I'm cool with that.
That's nice.
Sounds fun.
MAGA can't debate. 336-543-2101 if you think you can prove us wrong, because I don't think you can.
Why
I think that
would they be able to?
Clearly the case that they got nothing. They got nothing. Anyway, how have you been?
I've been good. Made it back from vacation. So this is my first day back on stream since Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you so relieved? I mean, we got such a good deal.
Oh yeah, it's so great. They're getting $300 billion. Way more money than they got under Obama. So it's great.
Right. $300 billion of guaranteed new development investment, as opposed to what Obama gave them, which was basically unfreezing $1 billion of money that was already theirs.
Yep.
He's such a good president.
And then it's like, why are we even signing anything on Friday if it's literally just an agreement to continue to talk?
Right.
And then every time we do that, what happens?
How many times now has he basically been like, and we just finished a great deal. We just got a great deal done. We just finished it.
If I remember correctly, someone had tallied it up and it was like 59.
Right. But this time's for real, guys. This time's for real. It's actually done. The Strait is open. You know, it was important to do it this month because obviously it's Pride Month. And so what do we need to do but get the Strait going again? You know, that's why he really wanted to target the month of June. 336-543-2101. We will take you on. Take you on.
That was a good one. Honestly, should not have made me laugh at all.
Which one? Oh, the Strait thing or the song?
Yeah, the Strait thing. That was pretty good.
We got the straight. We finally got the straight in Pride Month, y'all. Who put the straight in Pride Month? 336-543-2101. If you've got a point of debate, you can call in. You can call in. Man, we've gotten some extra dumb comments lately. And the easiest way to find the extra dumb comments is always just to filter by name. You ever do that? You ever just type Ari into your comment section?
No.
And see what happens? I haven't done it with your name. I always do it with mine. I'll do it with mine first. I can do it. Okay, 31 minutes ago, someone wrote, Jimmy, oh my God, butt baby. Oh, they're probably appreciating one of my jokes because I told a person he was a butt baby. That I was his father and then I impregnated his father's butt and he's a butt baby. So that could be my bad. That could be my bad. Also another way, because I too often engage. There are a few people who post on literally everything. So and they will, and they know that I will filter down to Jimmy. Anyway, there's a lot of people who act real brave. Here's one. There's nothing more tiring than Jimmy giving his political game plan. We almost had Bernie, dude. Bernie was 13 million votes shy in the primary. He would have been toast. He had no plans, just a bizarre connection with racist and sexist white boys. He's done nothing but gin up you leftists since 2016. Come on, you know he's a grifter, right? Ash, when are you calling in? When are you calling in? In fact, you had a question in there, right? Like, when are we talking about it? And it's fucking hilarious of all the people to accuse of being political grifters, to go with Bernie, who could grift out of this thing, but doesn't bother.
But they don't care about that stuff. It's just all about their virtue signaling. In that case. Scapegoating. Maybe it's just me, but all I can do, like when I search just type in my name, and it's probably just because it's on my channel. All I do is pull up videos that I'm tagged in, which I mean works.
You gotta go to the community tab on Studio. So you wouldn't be able to do it on this channel, only on your own. But yeah, so like one person 9 days ago, call in, Alwick said, Jimmy's AI argument is very reliant on the existence of AGI. I've not seen any evidence that we are anywhere close to that. I personally think it's impossible. First of all, that you think AGI is impossible is crazy. Because it's basically this same like egocentric thing of like humans are special, like we aren't just meat computers. So anybody whose position is that AGI is impossible, I already find to be silly. It's basically a religious position. However, it isn't reliant on AGI. So not only is AGI not impossible, my argument has nothing, is not restrained one bit by whether AGI is or isn't accomplished. So there is that. There is also that. Let's see. What else do we have? Jimmy's getting doomer pilled on AI. Jimmy's AI psychosis must end. None of these people calling to tell me why I'm wrong. One person who watched a short on me talking about even Elon Musk has had to admit that UBI will be the only thing that could save us. Then was like, oh, so now you're saying, mistook me saying Elon Musk has said this for therefore I must be saying UBI is bad because Elon Musk. It's kind of one of those things where it's like it's almost like you're giving away that you aren't very thoughtful on this, or that you are the type of person who, if somebody, all it would take is for somebody you don't like to say something and you will join the other side, which isn't anything I ever indicated. And so they're like, because that's how I am, if a terrible person makes a good point, I will then take up the other side. And they just assume other people do the same dumb shit. And I don't. That ain't me, fam. Yeah.
I actually think the more ridiculous people are the ones that will let themselves change like what position they're on just because somebody said an insult to them.
Yeah.
Heard that a lot leading up to the 2024
Billy the Kid
election.
said, wrong, Jimmy, not what Ma said, LOL. You have no data to back up your fear. I dare you to call. You won't, because I will fucking humiliate you. I will fucking humiliate you if you call in, Billy, to talk about wrong, Jimmy, not what Musk said, LOL. You have no data to back up your fear. I will fucking annihilate your dumb ass with a tweet that exists on his timeline right now from 2 months ago, almost to the day 2 months ago, Billy. That's how fucking stupid you are. He absolutely advocated for UBI. And not just small supplemental UBI. Not like, hey, let's give everybody an edge by giving everyone a little UBI. Full on income replacement UBI. But Billy the Kid in live chat is far too much of a coward to call in and take his fucking lumps and eat crow because he just said some dumb shit.
They never call in.
I know, he's such a fucking coward.
It's like the one comment that came through before we even got started that said, no self-respecting MAGA will call you. And it's like,
well, that still leaves all MAGA.
There we go.
What happened?
What? Oh no, I pressed the button.
Oh, well, I didn't hear it. If you were hitting a sound bite.
Oh. No, it wasn't anything like that. I was just like, oh, I messed something up. That's all.
If the only people who would potentially call are the MAGA who are not self-respecting, then that leaves the possibility of all MAGA because there are no self-respecting MAGA. Period.
That's true.
It doesn't exist. There's no such thing as self-respecting MAGA. Oh, Billy, where you at, Billy? Oh, Billy didn't just run from the fucking call. Billy has been so humiliated that he's even run from the chat. Billy, you fucking idiot. You can't make something so stupid. I'll call as soon as I get a burner phone so you don't know how, you don't have my info. I know you use it. No, you don't know I use it. Facts are demonstrable. You are such a little fucking coward-ass pussy. How am I using it? Literally, look, every week after week, we get fucking idiots. Unless you're planning to call in and threaten to kill us.
Yep.
In which case we would pass that info along to the FBI. And by the way, you still have to, you have to buy burner phones now with a trackable method.
Oh.
Right? Like, good luck with that shit. Good luck getting like a cash only in a place that they can never track it back to you. Billy, and by the way, Billy has been saying this for months. Billy is never going to call in, and Billy is not actually worried that we would use his data. It's just it is the excuse that has gotten him out of calling now for how long? That Billy's been saying, I'm not going to call in until I get a burner phone. Months you've been saying that, Billy. Go to the gas station, Billy. Yep. What do you mean once you finally get a burner phone? Once you get a borner?
Why haven't you gotten one yet?
Burner phone. The reason you're not calling isn't that you don't have a burner, because you fully know we don't use your shit.
Information, yeah.
Right. We don't. What would we be doing with it? And how would we be able to hide it? If we were, you would have fucking tons of videos with people proving we used it in some way. But Billy is a fucking coward. And so the reason why Billy says he's been waiting to get a burner phone is because that excuse got him out of it for a while. Billy's never getting a burner phone. He's never getting it, period. He's not going to. Yes, you do keep the info. The system we have keeps a record of notes of your past calls. There is what does using it mean? You're literally like, your phone has caller ID and the notes that you put on a call, that the screeners put on a call. Therefore, you're using it and I'm in danger. The way this guy is immediately moving the goalpost.
Oh, that's all they know how to do is move the goalpost or burden shift. So,
yeah, the dude's not going to call in because the dude is terrified. He absolutely is scared of calling in. And so it's still, when I get a burner and you just don't know. Guys, my girlfriend is really, really hot, but she goes to a school. She goes to a school in Canada, and you've just never met her, but she's really good looking. She's really pretty, guys. You just never met her, and she's really good. She's really pretty. You guys, Billy, you're a coward. If you really wanted to call in, you would have by now, but instead you just come in the live chat. You just come in the live chat. By the way, if it was really the burner thing, he would have already tried it with one of the free ways you can do it. You can literally VoIP in.
There's so many apps.
Oh, you need a voice changer too. You don't want people recognizing your voice. You need a voice changer too. Billy, shut the fuck up. So you're going to buy a burner phone and all the technology to install that burner phone into a computerized system. That way you can go into a mic to either a software or hardware that changes your voice, and then, or you're going to hold it between you and the speaker. Hello, this is a deep throat. Shut the fuck up, Billy. You're never going to call. I'm tired of you, Billy. Billy, you know what? You're banned. You're banned until you call. You're not getting unbanned until you call in, because this is so obviously not true. You are so obviously never going to call in. So I'm just going to get rid of you. There's no benefit to you. There's no point to you. Sorry to sound so much like your parents, but there is no point to you. You are full of fucking shit. So we're just going to have a more peaceful chat, and we will unban you after you actually call in. Cause I have no use for you. Let's do, I can only choose between a 24-hour or a complete ban. So there we go. Billy the Kid, always with the shit talking. By the way, guys, here's how Billy the Kid would have lost and been fucking humiliated. And if you're MAGA and you think you can call in and defend this, so I stated that Elon Musk has even stated that we will need UBI, Universal Basic Income, to handle AI unemployment. Elon Musk posted this on where's the exact date? Because I'm pretty sure the anniversary of it is like tomorrow. 2 months ago tomorrow, April 17th. This is his exact tweet, word for word, Billy, you fucking idiot. Universal high income via checks issued by the federal government is the best way to deal with unemployment caused by AI. AI/robotics will produce goods and services far in excess of the increase in the money supply, so there will not be inflation. Explain to me how that is not him advocating for UBI. By the way, not just UBI, full on techno-socialism, if not communism.
Yep.
Because he's not saying, and the amount of production will increase taxes so much that the taxes on it will be enough to cover the universal high income via checks, was what he stated.
Somebody else just said y'all can tell when it's a VoIP. I ain't calling. So Jerry's also a scaredy cat. And then you have Scooby in my TikTok chat is being a scaredy cat as well.
They always are. Then you have idiots like conservative non-believers. So we like Elon now, him having a single correct take and then still working against that take every day does not absolve him. But I don't fear when a person has the right position on something to say, like, by the way, this man who is developing the human replacement technology is replaced by more dangerously than even Sam Altman and Dario and all of those people behind all the shit that's happening. More dangerous because he's also doing the robotics. Mm-hmm. He's doing AI and he's doing robotics. Even more dangerous. And so for that man to go, by the way, I am definitely on pace to take all of your jobs. Yes, that's worth listening to. That's worth a scratch of the neck. And should we be maybe I don't know, guys. Should we scratch the head too? You can scratch the head and then I don't know. Should we maybe I don't know. Anyway, Billy the Kid, you're a fucking idiot.
Someone just said Jerry was like crying again. You said you would report to the FBI.
Yes,
if you issued a threat. Jerry, are you planning on trying to find us and threatening us? Because if you weren't threatening us, then you're fine.
It's Donald Trump's FBI. You think if I called to report, by the way,
they're not going to care much.
It's so much Donald Trump's FBI that even if you threatened to kill us, you'd probably get away with it.
They'd probably give you a gold star in the mail.
Dude, it's literally like saying like, hey, by the way, if you come over to my party, no harm will come to you. Unless you stab me, in which case I'll kill you. And then they just go like, you said you'd kill me. Like, do you forget that you committed a fucking crime, not just against the law, but against my body? And I said, if you stab me, yes, if you call into the show and break the law using our phone lines and threaten us or advocate for, I know you MAGA people have your favorite pedophile websites. If you advocate for pedo websites, if you do something illegal on the call, that's going to get picked up and moved right along to the FBI. Abso-fucking-lutely. Absolutely. To sit there and go, it's not safe to call you because you won't let me break the law. You're not going to let me break the law. Holy fucking shit. At this point, like, we're having these shows where all of MAGA, guys, this is what is so fucking sad. MAGA acts super brave in live chats and isn't picking up the phone. And for the record, I've been checking. I've been done checking. Everybody is you see the same surges, and every time we have a drop in the number of calls of the people who want to call in and debate, I always go, is it us? We're pretty, we can be pretty a lot. We can be a lot. And then I go check the others, and it's literally like, even the people who are the most famous right now, those libs, you know who I'm talking about, the most famous libs that take calls. Mm-hmm. The quality of their calls drop they have higher numbers of people watching, so they get calls. The quality of their calls literally drop into like.
They get the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, they would take Martane on a day like this. I'm not.
They would take Andrew. Are you talking? What are you talking about?
Yeah. They never stop taking Andrew from New Jersey on those lib shows. Just for the record.
Yeah. I don't think he has a TikTok, so I don't think he can call in. But if he could, he would, and he would be there every day. I'm so over him.
Wait, what did I stick in y'all's head?
Oh, that doesn't sound like a good starting phrase.
House. What is this song that you're referencing? Anyway, it's very unfortunate. MAGA is very devastated, I would say. They have a devastating lack of ability to defend their side. Thank you, William says, we're the best call-in show. I know you actually mean that about Takis, but that's okay. Technically, I own Takis, so it's okay. I agree. Takis is really good. Chewed Gum's really good. Devangelicals is great. We got some good stuff going on over here. All right. Let's check with the first caller here. First things first. I like to do my checks. Oh, because we've got one specific person who's been calling in on a lot of shows. It's the same person every time. They're terribly uncreative. And the only thing I care about is that they're so fucking boring about it. It's so fucking boring. You guys are going to use and do what with it? And do what with it? Give it to what you're going to, even if I do nothing, you're going to give it to the FBI. And what would the FBI do with it at that point?
Nothing. Honestly, they wouldn't do anything. I like the person that said, don't give Andrew any ideas. Listen, if he got a TikTok and he opened up on it and he started requesting up on their lives, that'd be great. He'd be out of our hair for a while.
Well, we don't take Andrew anymore.
I know.
I think. I don't think we raised enough to ban him that one time, but we got close. All right.
Okay.
We'll talk to Tom. Tom in Connecticut. Tom, you're on the line with Jimmy and Ari. How are you, Tom?
I'm doing quite well. I don't know how you're doing. It's been really cool out here, honestly. I don't know where you live, but the weather went from like 100 to like 70 in like a week. So I'm really happy.
I'll take that.
Right
now. Wow. You were 100 in Connecticut? I don't think we've even hit 100 in Texas yet.
Are you serious? No, well, it's not really been 100. It's one of those days where it's like 98, but it feels like 100 or something. You know what I mean?
Do you know what's funny is I'm not going to do this to the audience, but I could legit, there's something about talking about the weather that I can do all day. Literally, just, how was your winter? All that kind. I don't know why. I've already become a 90-year-old man, and I can legit just talk about the weather. But anyway, what'd you actually call in on? Because it definitely wasn't the weather.
Yeah, so I heard you. I was looking at the TikTok stream, right? And you're talking about something with some sort of, what was it? Communist technocracy Trump is putting in place, and I'm very curious of.
No. Trump's not putting it in place. Elon Musk advocated for what you could call. There's a lot of things you could call it. It is at minimum a socialist solution for UBI, but everybody's ignoring the fact that he did that because no matter, even if it is the only thing that can save us, conservatives will do everything they can to stop us from getting socialism.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, I knew you. Okay, I didn't know if you were pro-socialist or anti-socialist.
I am a socialist, correct.
Oh, that's interesting. Is there any sort of, I guess I was going to ask, what's your flavor of socialism? Are you democratic socialist? What are you? Because...
well, certainly the form of socialism that I favor is democratic, but I often refer to it as small L libertarian socialism. It is, however, a stepping stone. I am advocating for a socialist, what's the phrase? They're basically intermediary. It's the middle stage, because ultimately we don't have a choice but to eventually transition to communism.
Oh, well, yeah, you can't stay
basically
in
know
one
what you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I understand that the fact that you can't see it as that one stage. Is there, since you're Democratic, does that mean you believe in the electing in socialist leaders? Just curious. Is that like sort of the way you believe it's coming? Where it's a reform? Is it like a reform of capitalism into socialism, or do you believe in like the whole revolution sort of deal?
Oh, we've now moved too late. Revolution's the only option. There's no way to transition our current form of capitalism to socialism, and there's no way to sustain our current form of capitalism. The fact that there are trillionaires and billionaires, and wage inequality is so high, and Citizens United is in power, has power. The corporations are treated as people. They have unlimited spending power to put their officials in. There is no way to do like a slow one. It doesn't mean we have to kill anybody. Hopefully it's not a violent revolution, but it would be a probably at first you would see small minor things that look like okay, we're starting to transition, and then it would be, as everybody else gets on board, we have to do a 1000% overhaul of the system, because we're dying and we're going to die, and now we are hitting we will either become actual leftists or all die.
Yeah, no, I understand that, and I get that. I guess,
but do you disagree with it?
I agree with some parts of it, but I do want to ask, right, do you see, okay, I've heard this like abstract idea of Trump as he is sort of showing, right, him personally, sort of the cracks in capitalism, almost acting as like an unintentional capitalist accelerator. Would you agree with that sort of
I'm not myself an accelerationist, nor do I think they were cracks. I think a lot of people, it's more like you can argue that there is the potential for useful things that could come out of this. However, the accelerationism, if you're going with that argument, even if you can say like, hey, we got this, at least we got this and this, even some of the more stupid people were able to see what are actually chasms and not cracks in socialism, then you will have, or rather in capitalism, then you will still have the threat that it may still all burn down and it may have been all too late. Accelerationism only works if the gas doesn't also burn the house down with fair. You in it.
See, okay, like I know you're talking about a metaphorical burning, but there's also like literal
kind
burning
of
in the case.
Yeah,
of
no, I would say both.
Yeah, definitely. I understand there's a metaphorical and sort of, metaphorical and literal meaning there. But I also think, right, in order to really change anything, because you would have to admit socialism is, by American standards, a radical change. Would you agree with that? For the standards of America and for the general populace, the idea of socialism is a radical change, right?
Mostly because of their non-understanding of it. In fact, when you start talking to working class people and you just avoid the word socialism, they often end up even presenting socialist solutions. For example, Tom, we've asked me a lot of questions. I'm going to turn it now on you. It says here, you're center right. We have an upcoming, undeniable, unavoidable AI unemployment crisis coming. So forget what Elon said, forget any left-wing solution. Let's just say that day comes. Regardless of if you agree it's coming, we have to prepare as though it's going to. And let's even go super conservative with it. Let's say that day comes and only 1% of people who are able-bodied and want to work are unable to find work no matter what. So that's roughly 1.6 million people. Even if they want to work, they're hard workers, they're good workers, 1.6 million people, they absolutely cannot get a job no matter what, because AI and robotics have replaced it to such a point that all of the fallback jobs are full or eliminated, because the fallback jobs are actually being targeted for elimination right now. Fallback jobs, re-education jobs, even the status at which certain jobs happen more advanced than humans are capable of doing. AI necessarily has to do things like design rockets and stuff because we've got the upper limits of humans' ability to design. So whatever the fallbacks were before, retraining, re-education, all of that, you've exhausted it, and there's a 1%, 1.6 million people who, no matter how bad they want jobs, there simply aren't for, even in civil service or military. What center-right position, without borrowing from the left at all, is there possible to just that 1% crisis?
I would say, wait, can you repeat the question, please?
That 1% crisis as presented, what solution could come from your political positioning of center-right?
I think for me personally, I stand more center right, mainly because of I'd say like a little more leftist, like it's like a little bit of left, and then like I have like more like dominant right wing. I would say, right, just in general, I'd say like patriotism or nationalism, I think.
How would that work? How would those 1.6 million people who cannot get any kind of job, they've exhausted all other avenues, be saved by patriotism or nationalism?
I think it would be quite simple, right? Though we can assume those 1.6 million are fueled with rage, right? I think we can infer that quite easily, right?
I would say that they're probably more fueled with hopelessness, fueled with, I need to live. If I don't get a job, I will starve, or my kids will starve, because there's already people in it. This has already begun. So anyway, you've got 1.6 million well wanting to work people unemployed. I would like you just to very directly go, what is the patriotic or nationalist solution? Again, never borrowing from leftism, because my whole point is there is no choice at this point. We are already too late starting the transition to a leftist democracy. And so however and whenever we do, it's going to have a lot of hardship because we started too late. So with that being the case, without borrowing from leftism, you're saying you're going to go with nationalism or patriotism. What is the actual direct solution utilizing those tools and never borrowing from the left?
Yeah, exactly. I think that so with the hopelessness, I think that would come anger, and I think that would come rage. And I think through a sort of, I guess, rebirth of national pride, I think there would be some sort of bounding together in order to, I guess, remove that system.
So revolution to the right then, or revolution to the left? Because again, you can't borrow. What you're saying, these 1.6 million, you'll be able to community organize them into what? destroying the AI, destroying the robots?
I think that personally, I don't think that you could actually. Okay, so the way I see it is more of like a. Okay, this is kind of arbitrary, but more of sort of a, I guess, like not syndicate, because that would be left. Actually, no, syndicalism is quite right wing nowadays. Can I steal syndicalism real quick?
I want to hear where it goes, so go for it.
These people would eventually create their own syndicates, and eventually they would take actions upon themselves, right? They would create these little groups, however, and essentially tear down everything from within, sort of Fight Club style. I think.
So to be clear, the solution you have for these 1.6 million people isn't an actual solution for them, but a hopeful solution to grasp something for the generations after. But most of those people will suffer tremendously, and a great number of them die, correct?
It is, I mean, possible, definitely.
And when it comes to those 1.6 million people against the AI and robots coming out of Musk, coming out of Zuckerberg, you reckon they've got a good shot?
Well, I think, okay, so have you ever played the video game Half-Life 2?
Yes.
Me, no.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
It is a video game. You know that, yes?
Yeah. So you are familiar with how in Half-Life 2, the Combine are a far superior technologically abled force, right? Far superior than any member.
Right. Yes, I remember in this fictional video game that is essentially built to main character porn a guy out of their depression, that you are able to overwhelm the technology because you have to remind. Do you believe that Half-Life 2 relies? How much do you think it relies on the suspension of disbelief?
I mean, there definitely are a few parts, right? But
it's the whole thing. At its core, it's the whole thing. It's 100% dependent on the suspension of disbelief. Just so you know, Neo wouldn't actually defeat the Matrix. Only a movie version of that created by humans do we win.
Yeah, but okay. So what makes you think it is suspension of disbelief?
That level of advanced technology would basically only keep us alive if they feel so compelled to. There wouldn't be defeating it. You couldn't defeat it. You couldn't beat it. Humans definitely couldn't beat it.
Okay, so I think that, I mean, I think there definitely could be the way that humans could beat it. Because I think we have to, even nowadays, right? Okay, exporting from Half-Life 2, I'll get back to that in a second. Even now, we see humans beating technology, right? We see them, in Ukraine, they're putting like spikes on their tanks to, dodge drones or whatever, right? And I think that now we're seeing it's like, this is a possibility, right? Humans are smart.
Wait. Is your example how well Ukraine is doing? Because Ukraine is doing laps around Russia, which is a much bigger army, by using more modern technology, which they're having to adapt by literally connecting fiber optic lines to their drones, proving here that the technology is what will make the power more superior. But right now it's still a person flying that drone and using it tactically. That's not how it's going. Tactfully is, I think, correct. Tactfully. That's not how it's going to go in the future. The AI will make the decisions, not the people. And the AI already in many ways is more capable than most humans at a lot of stuff. It's just not as capable at putting all of those things together at once.
Can you name it, as of now, can you name an example where, I'm assuming you're talking
spotting
about like
cancer.
Government AI,
AI is better at spotting cancer on X-rays and CT scans than humans are already.
Okay, I guess that's fair. I was more thinking.
Would you like another answer? Efficient coding times. 90% of apps that are built by code can be done in under 72 hours, and what used to take software engineers much longer. I don't know what the exact number is. It's actually, I believe, above 90%. But the most of the things people required a coder for now can be done entirely by AI or by one person, where before it used to be taken by hundreds. I literally got to drive Fable last week, and I'm now putting a pause on using the coding apps to build the website tools that we use until Fable is returned, because I literally reduced my debugging time by like 90% when Fable came out. And now, because the government is a fucking dick and took Fable away as retaliation toward Claude for not letting them use it, literally because Claude would not let the military have the AI make decisions about targets. This is the retaliation. It has literally made my life worse, and I'm waiting until we get Fable back to run Claude code again, because it's too annoying. Man, I've had too much taste of the good life.
Oh man, that does suck. Yeah, because from what I was thinking about, right, I was more thinking about, like, can ChatGPT detect how many R's there are in the word strawberry is really what I was thinking about.
Can it?
So I guess no. Have you never seen that famous clip where it says, I forgot.
Wait. What is the time stamped of that clip?
I think it was 2025-ish, if I'm not mistaken.
Interesting, because I just wrote how many R's are in the word strawberry to ChatGPT, and it says it contained 3-letter R's. But also, at the same period of time where it couldn't do those R's, it was very successfully being used as a diagnostic tools for lower end medical services. So it couldn't spell strawberry, but it was successfully telling people the difference between an allergic reaction and eczema. So to go with something so specific and go, even a 5-year-old could eventually figure this out, they couldn't have figured out the medical things it was doing. So it's already a stupid example when you go with some hyper-specific example of something it was bad at, because then in our minds we infantilize it and we think it's only as good as humans who didn't know there were 3 R's in strawberry. But this is an old mistake it made. And no, you fucking idiots, is Jimmy an AI shill? No, I think AI is fucking terrible in a capitalist framework. It would be wonderful in a socialist framework. The fact that AI is not what we're talking about all the times further shows humans are not that much concerned about preventing their own extinction, because it is now a more pressing issue than climate change. And it will further make climate change a problem if we survive it. Anyway, Tom, I am looking for your right-wing solution to the mass unemployment as robotics and AI.
I did give it, right? And then we went through the whole, like, humans versus AI sort of deal. And
your solution is let's start a riot.
If the American government today gave AI a bunch of controls, it would already be capable of beating a lot of humans. So there's no doubt that there could be humans still behind the AI and directing it. And the people right now...
Oh, I lost your sound. No, Jimmy, lost your sound.
Shit.
There you are. You're back.
1 second.
No, you're back already.
How about now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
You.
Okay.
Shit, I shouldn't have touched that cable. What just even happened? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Will you thumbs up if you hear me? Now I don't hear you, though. I hate technology. AI, fix this.
Dumb.
It would. AI would be able to fix this. You two argue while I figure this out.
Sorry.
I mean, I'm just being honest that replying with basically let's cause chaos in order to, in your opinion, fix the unemployment thing isn't going to fix unemployment. That's just going to be an overthrowing of the government, which could mean a multitude of different things, and it could lead to an entirely new social structure, which again in that regard is going down Marxism. So you're still going on a leftist spiel by saying that, just so you're aware.
And I mean, I guess I mean, that's sort
So
of the
it
way
sounds like the right wing doesn't have a solution for AI taking jobs.
I mean,
Because
that is
Marxism
my
is a
opinion.
leftist solution.
Well, it doesn't have to be Marxism, right? Have you ever played the Fire Rises Hoi 4 mod by any
I
chance?
already said no. Whatever
No,
video game you asked earlier, if it wasn't that one, I already said no.
the earlier one was Half-Life 2. That is a game. Actually,
I don't.
Portal is actually a better representation of AI because eventually you do defeat
It's
GLaDOS.
still just a video game. So, I
But
mean, I don't
but
know
even
why stay on it if I haven't played it, because then it has no
but
relevant meaning to me.
I mean in the sense
Have you
where it's
seen
like
the
aren't
movie
video games.
Idiocracy?
I've seen parts of it. I haven't watched it all. I've seen the
Okay.
YouTube
So
shorts first.
I just want to let you guys know that the UFC fight that happened in front of the White House, that was just a scene out of Idiocracy. So,
No, yeah, I think that whole event was stupid. I think we could have done something so much cooler for our 250th.
Okay, I'm back.
all right,
like a
sweet.
military parade or something.
Wow, we're
actually
talking about
really cool.
250.
No, that's my fault because I told him that his solution to AI job loss and the unemployment, which is taking over the government, is just Marxism, which is a leftist ideology and not what he's actually talking about. So.
It is interesting because like what we would do is we would take the community, and the community would have to bar together and take care of itself, and as a unit take back what was theirs and distribute it more evenly. Communityism is what I am for, and that's not just about the TV show. You will have to also be a part of a community fan club, because that show is the shit.
Community's
oh yeah, the community show is good.
Community's low-key overrated. I'm not gonna lie to you.
No, I just think you're
That's
being
my own
contrarian.
opinion.
He's been
Yeah,
contrarian
but, I mean,
this whole time, so.
Tom, are you
At least
actually
in my
center right, or are you just calling in as a general contrarian?
I mean, I'd say I'm center right. Remember, center. So you lean both ways.
Are you American center right, or are you world scale center right?
That's a good question.
I'm not. Well, I wouldn't consider myself. I would consider myself, I guess, U.S. centric. So yeah, I guess to an American standard, center right, maybe.
Right.
Okay.
So center right in America is still very right wing on the actual world political scale of left versus right. It's still very capitalist. You are. I mean, you resorted to patriotism and nationalism.
Yeah. So I mean, like that's what I said. Since I'm like pretty United States centric, right? And that wouldn't be Marxism, right? Because at the end of the day, isn't Marxism the whole idea of the workers of the world, right? I don't really care that much about the world, right?
Yeah.
America
so
is practically the world.
That's the part that you missed answering, right? So we overthrow the government. What is our socioeconomic sphere looks like after we overthrow the government?
That's up to the workers. I don't care. Like that's really up to all those 1.6 million people, right? It's whatever really they decide. So they could have.
All right. So what do you think that? No, it's not whatever they decide. Give a solution. Like if you are saying the solution to AI taking jobs is overthrowing the government, well, part of your solution needs to be reinstating a socioeconomic sphere that we then live inside of after we've overthrown the government. So what does that look like?
It's already crazy. We've already said it would be 1.6 million people. You know that implies there's still 158.4 million people
that
have not yet faced that outcome yet.
Yeah. I mean,
you're going to gather them and give them Wyoming?
Actually, not Wyoming. I mean, like, it could be like, I mean, the 1.6 million are clearly locked in, right? They're super locked in. I mean,
1.6 is also, again, giving a conservative estimate so people won't do, I don't know if that's going to happen. It's going to be so much worse than that.
Yeah, but I mean, in the sense, I mean, like, we were, like, even, like, how do I explain it? Like, the bonus army from World War I, right? Like, that's pretty much kind of what we're talking here, right? We're talking about, like, imagine, like, in World War I, veterans took back America, right? It's essentially kind of what we're, like, discussing. Right, but like in a modern day with a modern context.
And you think 1.6 million unemployed people would be like, I'm ready to fight a war against a country who has the technology that put me out of work? to also kill me now.
Well, you have to remember, there is a human spirit, right?
Guys, let's take our swords and our... No, I don't believe there's a human spirit. Let's take our swords and our guns to this... I don't believe in spirits.
You don't believe... That's interesting.
What are you talking about, human spirit?
You don't believe there's an undefeatable human spirit?
Correct.
Why would you... Like, what's your reason?
Homo sapiens almost went extinct many times, and it wasn't their spirit that made them survive.
But I mean, in the sense where it's like we do everything we can, right? Like,
is there an undefeatable bacterial spirit? Because they're much better at not going extinct than we are.
I mean, when it comes to accomplishments, think about this: the human spirit brought us all of this that we wanted to endure, right?
We went to the
moon.
I don't know.
Did we waste our time on a joke call? Was this a joke call? Like, this is just a troll?
He's feeling more trolly.
Why would I be? I'm being serious. We went to the moon. The human spirit took us to the moon.
Hey,
we can
what's the toll to get past this bridge?
What? I don't know what you're talking about. We endure,
humans are not undefeatable, and no matter how many humans don't want something to happen, a sufficiently advanced civilization or technology, even if that civilization is a separated sort of othered, though we'd be the othered in that case, human civilization that is armed. The people, when the nuke was coming in Hiroshima, and technically an atomic bomb, which is funny because atomic bombs actually work at the nuclear level, but whatever. And Nagasaki, when that bomb was coming, their human spirit didn't stop them from getting dissolved, getting actually evaporated. The human spirit doesn't persist all. So you're trying to talk as though there's this collective human spirit where it will exist somewhere. Something somewhere will persist. I don't care whether something somewhere persists if, for the most part, if you are not one of these rich people, you are either going to end up being one of their servants or you're going to be one of the vaporized people.
Okay. Well, I mean, okay. So what I'm thinking, right? Okay, let's take that, for example, Hiroshima, Nagasaki. You know what they were going to keep doing? The Japanese were still going to keep fighting. It was only when the Soviets invaded.
No, that's not correct. That's not correct. The war was already coming to an end. MAGA, is this your best? Can we get a single other MAGA person on? Because I'm not even convinced this person isn't just a troll. He seems like a silly guy. MAGA 336-543-2101. We are ready to debate you now.
Why am I a silly guy? Or do you just not comprehend what I'm trying to say, right? The human spirit.
You don't even know history.
The human spirit. We're literally vibing right now. We're literally taking a vibe argument. The human spirit will persist. I don't care whether humanity, some small number of the people who exploited, because this would be the defense of capitalism. Guys, sure, you might die, okay? And most of the people you know and love might die, and most people might suffer. But Elon Musk and everybody he inseminates and their descendants, humanity will still exist, and the human spirit will go on through them, even as they were the ones who essentially eliminated everybody else. That would satisfy your persisting human spirit position that you're giving us here. That, yeah, AI, the human spirit will persist. Everybody you are and you know might die, but the human spirit would persist. This is so fucking stupid.
I didn't say that. I mean in the sense where it's the human spirit is what keeps us fighting, keeps us going, right? Keeps us, again, let's use... Is there a
6-year-old in the world that you couldn't beat up? You're 24, right? Let's go with 6-year-old girls. Do you think there's a 6-year-old girl anywhere in the world who could beat you up?
How many children are in the world?
No, just one. Just one. Anywhere in the world. Do you think that you can take 100% of 6-year-old girls, or do you think that there's probably a 6-year-old girl out there somewhere that she can outmaneuver you?
There's probably at least one. If there's like, there's probably some 6-year-old out there. Okay. Well,
okay, fine. There's the one. In this scenario, we're the 6-year-old girl. AI is the 24-year-old man. There is no beating it.
Okay. Well, okay. Let me think about this, right? 6-year-olds. Have you ever thought the 6-year-old is a crazy gymnast, and then they jump off the pole, and then they tie their legs around your neck and asphyxiate you?
Mm-hmm.
That is a real possibility.
What are we on about now?
Let me get back to my call management menu so I can drop this troll caller. This is fucking stupid.
You just don't get... Listen, there's probably one 6-year-old that can beat...
Uh-huh.
I thought I'd hit mute to see if it would work from here. It did work.
336-543-2101. 336-543-2101 if there's something you'd like to call and debate on. The right does not have solutions to mass unemployment. And we know that because we've already hit it. Before AI, we already hit it. One of the things they love to do is bring up this idea of like, oh, innovation's always happened. When a new technology was invented, somebody got put out of work, but then new jobs were created. And what is implied in that is that when the new jobs were created, the people from the old jobs went and worked those jobs. Like the people who were working on steam engines went and started working on electric grids. And that is a lie that has been told to you. Many people lost their jobs and their livelihood to innovation and were too old or too specially trained and just not. Also, you have to have the money to float. They were workers and didn't have the money to take the time off to re-educate into something new. It is this fucking stupid lie that even like the most well-meaning liberals, oh, I think that AI is going to create more jobs than it takes. It doesn't mean it will create jobs for the people it puts out of business. Yep. And it's not going to create more jobs than it takes. Short term, it will look that way. There will be a short period of time where AI-related jobs will have a surge. And we'll use just dumb names for those jobs. Go ahead.
I was just going to say that's just to get the AI itself rolling, right? It has nothing to do with sustainability. Yeah, it's going to just get it rolling, get it started, get the technology going, and overseeing the technology. Once it's self-sufficient or self-sustaining, that's it. Those people all lose their jobs. Yeah. We've already lost about 100,000 jobs, which, yes, everyone's like, that's just a drop in the bucket of people that have been let go, laid off, or fired because their company is investing more in AI technology. And then you have people on the MAGA sphere that are like, well, that they didn't lose their job because of AI. It's like, no, they did. If your company explicitly says, we are cutting expenses so that we can invest more into AI technology, that is you losing your job for the investment in AI. Like it's already costing us jobs.
There are people who used to Uber that are right now sitting in front of the takeover steering wheel in a Tesla Cybercab, or they're at the remote center, which, by the way, a lot of these jobs aren't even though they're being trained in Austin, Texas. A bunch of the jobs are down in South America of the people who are remoting in to fix it. People who wouldn't necessarily be familiar with our actual driving laws are the people remoting in and controlling the cars when they get into trouble. But there are people who are sitting there and going see, AI didn't put me out of work. I have an AI job. Not realizing they're literally training the fucking robot to take it over without them. Yes. I'm like, you guys are so fucking stupid. You know what? Let's have fun. Let's have a little bit of fun. First things first. Jess, are you listening? Call screener Jess, are you listening right now? If I change a little bit of... Oh, wait. Okay, Luthien's taking over now. Let's have a little bit of fun. We're going to make it very short, but... and we're going to take a few calls this way, so don't flood it. But I want to take some calls from some people who already know they've lost their job to AI. So you're going to call in, and we're going to do some short ones. You're going to call in, you're going to give your name, you're going to tell us what job you used to do, and how it is that AI took it. Because I already know that these exist. I already know after every fucking show, we get people who are like, yep, I actually lost my job to AI. I'm not even joking. Every show right now, I'm getting these emails. And I'm replying to some of them, literally being like, thank you. Thank you for the example. They're mostly software engineers, but there are others in there. Go ahead and give us a call And you let us know. I probably need to, I have like a mosquito bite on my knuckle. I may need to go get some cream.
How did you even do that?
I don't know. Do you want to try and solicit some calls? But we will also take debate calls.
Yeah.
So call in if you want to debate us, 336-543-2101. Those of you who you believe you have lost your job to AI, call in with what your job was. Tell us if you participated in training it, whatever else. You can call in if it's your brother, like somebody said their older brother lost it to AI. Go ahead. I know we're going to get calls from people who are copywriters. That's a big one that's been lost. A lot of art jobs, photographers. Those are the types of jobs anyway that would be likely to call in. I also do understand it's nerve-wracking to call in. I'm not saying I'm going to debate you. I just want people to hear from a few of the people who already have gotten their jobs taken by AI. So I will be right back, though. I've got an itchy fucking knuckle.
Okay, go take care of that. Hi, guys. It's just me and my cat, Safari. We're saying hi for a second. But if you guys, like Jimmy said, if you've lost your job to AI, call the number on the screen. If you think that your job is infallible and you're not going to have any sort of job loss, the field will not see any sort of job loss due to AI technology, call in. If you voted for Donald Trump and you still support him, call in. As you guys can see, the prompt is that y'all can't debate. All right. So that's how that's gonna go. You guys will have to go through a call screener as per usual before you get to me and Jimmy. But yeah, we'll get you guys up here. Just a friendly reminder, Idiocracy appeared at the White House this weekend in the form of Donald Trump and his UFC fight. I hope you guys are enjoying your 80-year-old president that is slowly crumbling before us, that's enriching himself immensely, enriching his family, cutting side deals, and things that just the idea of obtaining a deal where we're just going to do more lip service and talking with Iran is, well, that's a great deal. And that means that everything's over and we've won, right? So that's what you guys are dealing with. Just a friendly reminder. Yeah. That's how you guys are going. Sorry, I am loving on my cat. For those who don't know, I had a scare with my cat in the last month. And at the end of the month, she's got to go to an optometrist. Did you guys know that they have cat optometrists or pet optometrists? I mean, it makes sense, right? But it's an expensive process to get her in to make sure she hasn't lost her vision. But hi, guys. I'm Mermaid RE0 on all of the apps. If you voted for Trump and still like him or anything like that, then call the number on the screen. Also, hey, godless engineer, I don't think I'm following you on TikTok, but I'm going to knock that back. It was a pleasure to meet y'all. Oh, yeah. Also, for those who don't know, I met Jovan and Godless Engineer this weekend. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah, I'm just over here just like hanging out with my cat, chilling. I am a real mermaid. Just sometimes I don't have fins. You know what I mean? So it is true. I got you. It is good to see you. Let me see. Okay, nothing there. Oh, that's okay. That's okay, Godless. I got you. I don't know if y'all heard Safari purring earlier, but she was. Got him over here. Ariana, am I saying your name correctly?
Yes, Ariana. Hi.
Oh, hi. How are you doing today?
I'm doing okay. Who am I talking to?
You're on air with Ari right now. Until Jimmy comes back.
Okay, wait. Let me mute the Twitch stream, and then we'll just talk to you. Hi.
Hi.
Please be the good villain and pet your cat. Could you swivel your chair like a proper villain? No, I mean, I'm calling from Europe, so this is actually expensive for me. But can you hear me?
Yes.
This is working?
Yes, you are heard. If it's expensive for you, you're welcome to make your call quick or call back using the web caller because you don't need to use the phone if you're calling from out of country.
Honestly, this is great. I can hear you too. The little person in the bottom. It's just like I just had to.
Little person in the bottom. Yeah. This is going great so far. Ariana, what is the position you're wanting to present?
I want to talk about maybe accelerationism and the end of capitalism is not that bad of a deal.
Those are two different things. End of capitalism is good. Accelerationism is not.
We're already going hard into, Europe is going to get the second heat dome. We all know about the El Nino. The polar vortex is wobbling. This whole thing about immigration is I'm not going to be a MAGA supporter here because fuck that
Ari,
shit.
do you understand that accelerationism essentially means accepting that you might die, you might suffer and die? Okay, great. So here's why accelerationism is bullshit. Because you then advocating for accelerationism is saying, so now everybody has to accept it. That's the problem with accelerationism. No. I've decided that I'm cool now with suffering and dying for this cause to be delivered, and that delivery is the only thing. And the people who think they want to do the longer, harder, more complex work to get there in a way that minimizes the amount of suffering and death, those people no longer get a say. They catch up to me. They need to catch up to me, and that I've decided I'm okay with myself and them dying.
You are absolutely correct. This is why I brought this up. Obviously, this is not the solution.
Okay, thanks for the call, because that was what you were calling in with this as the solution. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
I think we are accelerating if we want it or not. Capitalism is about to hit the wall. And our ecological system is about to hit a wall that's not even equity or anything can do anything about it.
But there's a difference between the house burned down because lightning hit it and nothing could stop it from burning down. Accelerationism is starting to cover the house in gasoline when there are people who are trying to figure out a way to take the house down in phases and put it back up new as a new home instead of burning it down. So if you're right that it's going to burn down, that is the unavoidable burn down. But you don't decide because you're ready for gasoline, anybody else is. Also, Ariana, there was a typo. How old are you? Because right now we have you up here as 4.
I'm 42 years old, and I'm not an accelerationist. I'm just playing with the idea. And
okay, well, we're not a.
If there might be.
That's not our show.
Let me rephrase this, if I may.
Our show is not a play with an idea and devil's advocate show. Okay, you didn't actually wait to hear whether or not I was going to let you play with it a bit. You decided to talk over and ignore the fact that I was instructing you that this is not what our show is about, and we don't let people call in to see how they vibe with something and what our opposition to it was. So I've muted you there, and now I'm ending the call because you decided this was going to be a different show that you were going to direct, and I'm not interested. You called in to defend accelerationism, then said you're not an accelerationist. You admitted I was right, but you wanted to keep playing devil's advocate. I don't care.
I just realized she probably needs her medication, and that's why she's all up on me.
Who dat?
It's a Safari.
What kind of medication?
Heart medication. Did you know that cats can get hypertension?
Well, I assumed everything can, but yeah, everything with a heart.
Yeah, I had a huge scare with her because she got so stressed out, a blood vessel popped in her eye. So she's got.
Luthien, let's at least save 3 lines or so for debate. So do cap that. I don't know if she heard that.
Yeah.
I'll let her know. Okay, yeah.
Yay, Luthien.
Do you need a second to go get the food?
I'll get it for her in a second. She seems to be enjoying being right here right now, surprisingly.
I would be extra excited to hear from we have people calling in. We're going to hear, remember those who are waiting on hold, we're going to be making these calls short while I very much feel for you and Steph. We're not going to do long storytelling. I would be very, very interested in hearing from people who's lost their job to AI, and it's a job you wouldn't, like call center jobs were obviously, are kind of obvious. I'm not saying don't call in just because you're obvious. You're boring. You're too boring for us. Don't call. No. That's fine. But I would rather, I would love to hear some people call in and be like, hey, actually, I lost my job and you wouldn't usually expect it. I am a toenail artist and nobody's buying my toenail sculptures anymore. And that makes me sad or something.
That sounds interesting and also weird.
You don't make toenail sculptures?
No, I don't think you do either. Actually, I know you don't. You do woodworking, so.
A man can have two hobbies, okay?
No.
Okay. You're right.
It's like I can still hear him. Hashtag snow never melts. That's funny. Y'all are hilarious with that still.
All right. We're going to talk to first Nate. Nate in Oregon. Nate, what was the job you used to do?
Hey, yeah. So my job, I was a CAD, computer automated design draftsman, which Jimmy, I know with your woodworking experience, you're familiar with that. And so I was using AutoCAD to design stuff that went into Intel's clean rooms, like whenever they want to try out a new chip. And I heard what you said about keeping it short. So this is the elevator pitch.
No worries.
Like my job was that I would get these documents from one of three engineering firms that were also subcontracted out to Intel. They would look at whatever Intel wanted to build. They would spec everything out. I would receive like a 20 to 40 page PDF on like 11 by 17. I would physically print all of that out. I would sit down at my desk with like 6 different colored highlighters and a couple micron pens, and I would go through and I would look at where all the tube steeling was, because the place that I worked was, they did the metal fabrication that went into those clean rooms. And so I would be like, okay, well, this, it's this diameter of tube steel, and then you also have to have a floor on top of it. They were called pedestals. And so it's this metal floor, think of it like a stage if you've ever been to any like indie band. And so you would have these pedestals and everything down to, like, my tolerance was a 1/16 of an inch, because everything was designed down to a 1/16 of an inch as far as running cables, whatever wires, the Intel engineers decided they needed.
Sure, you're getting a little too specific, if you don't mind the note there. Okay. A little more specific than we did,
Sorry. And so after a while, we started getting less and less stuff from those engineering firms. And it was because they had streamlined a way to pull that, like if you use Revit or anything like that, like you can put in a plan of something to keep it simple, and it will then give you how much material you would need, how much it would cost. You can project manage the whole thing out. They started doing that in-house and completely cut us out, and then they were just sending constructible documents directly to the fab shop.
So I'm curious, when they first started introducing the tools, was it day one, hey, here's the new tool and you don't have a job? Or was it an introduction of the tool and how it's going to make your job so much better? And then with time, your job shrank, and then they were like, hey, so thank you, but we don't need you anymore.
I was completely out of the loop, because I was down the chain from another company that I didn't work for that was making those decisions to start using a software company or doing that in-house and cutting us out entirely. So the only way that I knew anything was up, my employer didn't say anything. So the only way that I knew anything was up was when the 4 of us were sitting around waiting for anything to come into the shared, project box.
So were you given AI tools first, or was your introduction to AI essentially your walking papers?
Well, like I said, it was upstream of me. So the company that was giving me the thing that I worked off of started using AI, and then they didn't need me, but that wasn't explained to me. So
I got you.
It was never.
I was trying to kind of find out if at any point you were unknowingly training your replacement, and it sounds like those things were probably happening at other companies more. And then by the time your company bought into the tool, it was because it was already demonstrated it could take away your position. Is that kind of right?
Yeah, that's kind of my estimation, because AutoCAD, I was using Autodesk was the name of the company, their software. As far as I can tell and what I can glean, they're not giving up training data. Yeah. They're not as bad as Adobe. So I don't think it was a tool or a plugin that the engineering firm got from Autodesk that, oh yeah, you can just streamline all this. I think there was an outside contractor or some VC money that came in.
And engineering was the first path in college I was taking back in the day. So I'm literally like talking to you and realizing I did a little bit of AutoCAD, but I don't know if you remember the app Autodesk Inventor. That was what I was trained on for a couple of years. Yeah, it was awesome. It was super fun too. And so I'm essentially talking to an alternate reality where I kept that job, and you're the stand-in date where I kept that path. And I'm literally right now being like, cool. So an LLM can pull this shit off now. That's great.
Well, and my degree is in architecture, and I've had that for about 10 years, and I didn't want to just stamp documents. And so I've got that in my back pocket, but I would just way rather do CAD and show up and be done, day in, day out, versus what it entails to be an architect, especially in Portland. Yeah, you got to really be plugged in.
Yeah. Well, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna we'll take the next one there. But yeah, Nate, it's kind of one of those ones where, unfortunately, a lot of people are going to be like, "Oh, so he was in a software thing," and I'm not surprised it was the software. And so, hopefully, in hearing more stories on top of yours, I'm curious, Nate. Have you found a new job yet, or do you know which directions you're trying to look, and are you being challenged by how many people in your field are also looking for jobs? Because they also lost it to AI.
Yeah, it's not great. Luckily, like I bartended and did like food service and waited tables through college, so I'm able to pick up catch as catch can through like gig work. But as far as anything that my degree is in or anything approaching CAD, it's real hard.
Yeah, I mean this is like the perfect fuck capitalism moment for me. You were told, undoubtedly, when you were younger, do something like engineering or software or something, and those will be the safe jobs because computers are the future. And now you, at 38 years old, were doing advanced engineering work. And this is the thing that keeps getting me fucking pissed off. You're doing literally gig work in the meantimes, in the hoping that you'll be able to find something. That all you did was believe your country and the people representing the economy, that and worked hard to go into a safe field, and they took your job before a lot of the other jobs that arguably should have gone first. CEOs, landlords, those types of things.
Yeah, that's my great. Anyway, I appreciate your time. I love the show.
Thank you.
Bye.
That's like how when a person hears like a person like got such specialized training and education because that's what they were told, and now they're having to resort to gig economy shit to make ends meet.
Yep.
How you guys aren't like, who do we eat first? Do you know what I mean? Like, Christ.
Yeah, they don't ever see it as the biggest thing.
Luthien, are you having issues with some of the calls in the queue? Because some of them don't seem like they're updating. Like I don't know, something's weird on the call-in queue in the tool. Like I still showed Jason as unscreened, but he's in the host queue. Because I don't even see the the updated notes made by the form. You might have to redo that one. All right. Let's see. Let's talk to Dell in California. Dell, you're calling in. Your older brother lost his job to AI. What did your older brother do?
He was a fashion stylist out of LA. He's like worked with Aaliyah. He did Paula Abdul that one season of American Idol where she had like a nervous breakdown.
Yeah.
But like he noticed that they've been using like some service or app or something, and it didn't happen like right away where he lost all of his clients, but it like literally like as of like last year, 0 clients because everyone is using AI for to style their models and stuff. And like even models are getting cut because if you look at all of these fast fashion like websites, 90% of them are now using AI models. So a lot of like the live models don't even have work.
Even if they have an initially like a live model, they'll be like, hey, we're going to go ahead and order like these poses of model for the model. And then we're just going to change the clothes. So we're going to give you a one-time payment, but we're going to distribute like you did 100 shoots with us because in a matter of seconds, we can generate 100 shoots worth of outfit changes. You'll also notice people that a lot more times you'll see pictures on websites that now have the head cut off because then you lose the uncanny valley shit. We don't see 7-fingered hands anymore. Like the guy earlier asking about the word strawberry. These are very outdated problems. And people are still remembering the 7-fingered hands and strawberry and going, it can't do much. And what's even more frustrating, Dell, when you talk about your brother, is you have these these people who've done very well in their life and are already rich, who are actors and the like, who have gone out and have gotten contracts about their own replacements and how much the industry is allowed to use AI to replace actors and acting like this is so important for preserving the art and stuff. And yet people like your brother have been left in the dust. And I've been arguing about AI for years. And one of the first things I was told is like, yeah, but creative jobs are safe. Creative jobs went first.
Yeah. And like in every contract that he has to, that he would have to sign towards the later ones, before he lost his job completely, there was always a stipulation about using his work to train AI models. So like if you're not being cut from it, you're teaching them how to cut you from your job at some point, you know?
Yep. And every now and then there are going to be surges. I was going to say, every now and then there will be surges because maybe your brother will be able to get a job participating in the building of a data center. And it'll be like, well, in a way, AI made that job, not realizing the long-term thing that's going to be lost.
And my girlfriend works for Salesforce and has been coding for them for like the past 3 years. And while we've been together, I've watched the introduction of AI. And it's funny because the middle management were the people pushing all of the coders to use these AI, and the middle management were the first people to get cut.
Yep. Management. A lot of managers are going to get lost. Menial tasks will get lost. I assume that if we talk to your girlfriend right now, one of the things she would probably tell us is that the expected workload, the deliverables, have increased dramatically because she's probably been given access to AI tools, so is now expected to deliver more. And right now, they have enough stuff where she apparently still has the job, but either she or her coworkers will start losing jobs as more load gets put onto her.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure. And like, it's really scary because she literally has this like sense of dread every single day going to work because she doesn't know whether or not they're going to cut her today or tomorrow, but she knows it's coming eventually, But that's all I have to say. Love you, Jimmy.
No, I was agreeing.
Love y'all.
Oh, thanks, Dan. Appreciate you.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Have a good day.
Thank you. Because like I have a friend that works for Meta, and they honestly never know when they're every time that they announce that they're doing a job loss or they're a layoff, which is very often with Meta, all they do is they just send out an email and saying, hey, if you can't log into your email on Monday, you don't have a job, and we'll tell you how to return your equipment. And that's it. They don't tell people who's losing their jobs, so they don't know. They're stressing out all weekend and to just see if they can't log in on Monday.
What an asshole way to do it, too. Like, find out on Monday if you have a job or not.
While also stressing all weekend about it.
Luthien, you've got another age. I know you're trying to get all these calls screened, so you're doing awesome. But if you'll double check line 4 there on the age. Ruby, you are on the line with Jimmy and Ari. Tell us about the job you used to do.
Oh my God. Okay, so way back in ancient history, and basically got out of high school in '88, and my old man, who was a machinist, said, "You can be a machinist." And like, I trained old school apprenticeship, and then struggled and worked, and even went to college because companies use that to, like, oh, you need a college degree to get in. Worked my way all the way up to prototype model maker, and the whole 3D printer thing hit, and just all that work just dried up. And then I worked backwards from there, and I became a tool and die maker. And then it was like, finally I was like, oh my God, I'm getting old, and here I am in this one place, and I'm like, I just got to weather it out. And then, and I'm watching everything just turn automated, just like less and less people to actually run the machines. You just, just pushing buttons, no thought. So the number of engineers that I had to teach the concept of slips and fits to was just incredible. It's like, come on, guys, you're just a CAD operator.
And Ruby, if I'm not mistaken, like a tool and die maker, I mean, kind of for the audience, one of the things that people always say is like, yeah, but when they invented this machine, then they needed people to service the machine. That's kind of what a tool and die maker does, is it not? That, like, it was, in theory, there are precision parts that robots and machines need, and you were the person who would be making those machines and jigs that would repair the machines. Is that correct?
Correct. Or repair the machines, or actually it's a brand new machine. And like when I was in the model maker phase, it was like literally I could get like a concept art on a napkin and make it reality.
Yeah. And so even the whole like, but somebody will have to fix the machines. We're now talking to a person who was that guy and lost his job to AI. Have you so you lost the first one, the second one. What are you doing now? Have you been able to find a new job now?
Ooh, ever since COVID, I've been just struggling to just even find employment. Right now, I convinced we got the organization People for People, and they like, sure, we'll retrain you. I'm training to be a vet tech, but I'm also worried about that because all the vets are leaving because there's no money, no one to pay a vet to do vet work.
But the whole thing is crazy too, because like you said, you're in your 50s. And they're sitting there and going like, for the 5th or 6th or 7th time, because of AI, it's going to happen so rapidly. Just retrain into a new job is crazy. They had told us growing up that if you work hard, you'd make a lot of money, you'll retire, just do what you love, and you'll never work a day in your life. You can't keep a job doing what you love.
Nope.
No.
It's crazy.
And they don't care about that at this point. They just think that you need to work. It doesn't matter whether you like the job or not, or whether you enjoy it. You just need to be the worker bee, the cog in the machine.
And a reminder to any MAGA out there, we're saying MAGA can't solve this. We're saying socialism is the only solution. And if you disagree, call in and tell us why we're wrong.
Right.
And I'll even add, accelerationism is just anti-human, so fuck off. So at least in my opinion.
Accelerationism is, as I said to the other person, I've accepted that I am ready to die, so everyone else should accept that they may have to die too. It's fucking just a fucking piece of shit. Yeah. It's as narcissistic as the capitalist they're pretending to care about.
Right. And also, too, it's like, don't think like, your boss is going to care whether the job's done right. Because I've seen that plenty of times. Oh, times are tough. Don't worry. We can get like 10 high school dropouts and one of them will stick. You know? Well, and when COVID, I was in a union shop and sorry.
I was just going to say, I mean, it's at this point right now, because these things are happening so fast and they're happening at so many levels, most people, the bosses that they ever interact with are just relieved they're not the ones getting fired that day. So they might even feel bad for you, but at the end of the day, they're like, oh, yeah, I just fired 10% of my workforce, but you know what? I'm going to keep going to the job because I see how hard it is for them to go get the new job. So I just have to keep eating whatever shit rolls down my way to make sure that I'm keeping my job as long as possible.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, we appreciate you, Ruby.
Like they use their emergency, huh?
I was go ahead and wrap up, and we're going to get another one in here.
Oh, yeah, no, they like I was just going to say, it's like they use the disaster of COVID to break our union. Like, oh, everyone who got laid off was someone who did, right?
Never waste a disaster. What's the phrase? Never waste a crisis. Never waste a crisis.
Yeah,
and they never do.
That's it.
Yep.
That's what they accuse everyone else of doing. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. We thank you, Ruby.
All right. Good luck tonight.
Thanks, Ruby.
Yeah.
Also, real quick to the YouTube chat, as we're disconnecting Ruby anyways, is don't forget to send in a super chat. Like, tell us about your day. Tell us about like AI, how it's affecting you or anything like that. Or tell us if you see questionable MAGA in the chat. Call them out in a super chat.
Yeah, we'll probably cap. So Luthien, if you're listening. Okay, she can't yet. You if you're not on in the queue already, we're not going to do more because we've got a few of these to get through. Cap the AI calls with just current people waiting. So we will take more debate calls after that, but otherwise we'll do super chats and get out of here at 11 or maybe even before, depending on how things go. But we're going to get a couple more of these because I want you guys to hear this is not shit I'm making up. I'm going to be pointing back to this episode where I got so fucking tired of hearing that I'm like just catastrophizing. So I just said, hey guys, let's just fucking let's have the conversation. Let's have the people call in. Of course, there are people who are like, well, that's anecdotal evidence. Anecdotal evidence is excellent to use when you are demonstrating something that already you've presented the data for, which we have many times on this show. And the people calling in are calling in with much of the information that we've mentioned on this show, that they are in those areas. So anecdotal evidence, not good as like, if you're like, yes, there was a forest fire because I saw the forest fire. That's not evidence there actually was a forest fire. But if you have the data and the reporting of the forest fire and the video, and then somebody comes on to give their experience of the forest fire, that is when anecdotal evidence is absolutely relevant because it may give you more details that you can then also further investigate.
Yeah, it looks like someone in my Twitch chat said that they fired all of their human resources at a Walgreens distribution center because of AI.
Oh, it's completely unsurprised. Yeah. So when Jeff called in, Jeff, I'm sure, is here tonight, and it seems like he's not causing trouble, so I won't be too mean to Jeff tonight. But when Jeff called in working at Dollar Tree, saying that Dollar Tree's not doing that kind of shit with AI, we literally looked it up. Dollar Tree has replaced layers of management, thus that now the first 3 layers of hiring interviews are actually done by AI at Dollar Tree. Only if you make it to the 4th round of hiring, it might be like email assessment or whatever. You have to convince an AI 3 times that you're worth hiring before a real person evaluates you.
And that's what like LinkedIn does right now, is it's just utilizing an AI bot to cycle through applicants. So it's kind of the same shit.
Gentleman Viking said, Jimmy, my job literally can't be taken by AI because my whole job is to be a person that rich people can interact with instead of an automated system. Gentleman Viking, that could be true, but there will be many people who do jobs that have that exact same description that will be replaced by AI. Right now, what your problem is more of a Turing test and unconvincing robotics. As soon as you have a robot that is as good as a human and seems as good as a human, unless it is important to those rich people that they feel superior to you, which though there's a very limited number of people that we will need for that, but those might be the safest jobs, are the jobs that will be essentially you are professionally being degraded by rich people for them to feel superior to and contrast you to themselves. There will be many people who feel that way now too, that will also lose their job. And part of it will be because between now and the next few years, we're all going to get more used to constantly not typing to an AI, but speaking to an AI. The scariest thing about the previews that I have been seeing about Siri isn't how bad it is, it's how good it is. And how the temptation to use it. And right now, people are celebrating it as, finally, Siri's finally about to get good. It's about to get real good, guys. Way too good. And it will normalize for all of us just the idea of Alexa was never really quite that good, though she's gotten much better recently too. But having this constant conversation they're adding cameras to AirPods so that you can be in constant conversation, not just about, guys, everybody please go watch the movie Her again. It's basically going to be that. They thought you'd have to put your phone in your pocket so Her could see. That was not correct. But your AirPods will have cameras, so you'll be able to be at the store and just be like, hey, what am I even looking at? What are the calories on this? What is the blah, blah, blah? Hey, earlier today when I was at the store, what was the food I mentioned I might like to try another time? It's going to get fucking
weird.
And it's going to feel totally normal. Right now, there is something that feels abnormal about talking to AI. That is getting ejected into the sun, and it will happen rapidly. To Founder Utopia, have you tried Alexa Plus? Because Alexa Plus is crazy. I already had I had replaced all the light bulbs in my house, and the way it used to have to be like, please turn on bedroom. Echo, now please turn on blah, blah, blah. Echo, turn on blah, blah, blah. Echo, turn on blah, blah, blah. And now I can literally say, Echo, turn off all lights except the kitchen and bathroom. Or I can say, Echo, turn off all lights except leave 2 kitchen lights on in the kitchen, because I think there's like 7 in there, the like overhead lights that kitchens have. And it'll pick 2 and leave those 2 on. You can now talk to it more naturally about you, and you can say like, Echo, I'm feeling a little bit whatever. Can you turn on some music and make the lighting lift my spirits up? And it'll do shit like that. It's legitimate, and that's just the smart home stuff. Guys, it's fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy, the stuff that is already normalized. And the fact that people don't feel threatened now by it means you've already had things normalized. It's already not clocking to you. You guys, everybody watching probably passed like 10 flock cameras this week. And we just accepted it. We've just accepted that Palantir is just face tracking all of us. We never had a conversation about it.
Nope, never once. Real quick, Dante said 77 million Americans voted for Trump. 88 million Americans were eligible to vote and did not cast a ballot. I want to correct that. Sorry, that's not true. They might have been eligible to vote, but we don't know if that. So there was 262 million American citizens that were 18 or older. We don't know what their status was, whether they had a felony or not. But out of that 262, 161 million were registered to vote. And 77 million voted for Trump. 75 million voted for Kamala. 3 million voted for independents. That, if I remember correctly, sorry, I don't want to really do math in my head, but that's what, 155 million. So like that was only 6 million people didn't register or didn't go out and vote that were registered to vote. Like, sorry, numbers, weird little tism thing, but that's Yeah, we don't know what the status is of the other people that could have registered to vote. In theory, they could all be felons. That just because you're over the age of 18 doesn't mean you're not in the system.
Hey, Jelly, if you're intellectually better, why aren't you calling right now?
But I appreciate it, Dante.
Jelly in chat said we won because we're intellectually better. Our ideas were better. Call in.
Prove it.
Call in. Somebody with the username AI Apocalypse wrote, Jimmy, it's not going to be that bad.
Oh,
I at first just saw the chat and was going to fucking unload into you, and now I get it. I get the joke.
Yeah, it's not going to be that bad.
Luthien, would you bring me a bottle of water, please? Let's do a couple more of these. We're going to go even faster with these guys, so do be aware, because I kind of want to get like sort of a list and then have a conversation about them. So starting with Jason. Jason in Missouri, you're on the line with Ari and Jimmy. Jason, what did you used to do for a living?
I was a sports statistician.
A sports statistician. And,
yes.
Well, I feel like it's not hard to ask, but I assume now they used AI to build a more complex system of being able to do all of that. Is that, or is it more of an interesting story than that?
Yeah, pretty much. The AI just can predict all stats. They start putting GPS with the players to have the stats, and it pretty much took away all of the human interaction with recording data and stats and all that.
What are you doing now? Have you been able to find new work yet?
I had another job at the time too, so I was working 2 jobs. So I just relied back on that one.
Were you able to get more hours with that second job, or are you now at a reduced income?
I was already full time at that job. I took a major pay cut, so from having both jobs, so that was a big financial hit.
Do you mind sharing what the job you have remaining, like what sector it's in?
It's in the retail, assistant produce manager.
It's a what manager?
Assistant produce manager.
Assistant produce manager. Right now, how safe do you feel like that job is from AI?
I know sections of the grocery business are going to be replaced by AI. That's pretty obvious, especially stocking and probably cashiering again. They've tried a couple times within other sectors, and it's fizzled out a couple times, but they'll get a better suction ability to have just the cashiering all done by AI instead. That's human.
Yeah. Yeah. I think what I worry for a job like yours, not that I'm trying to stress you more, is that your job will probably be done by a human for a while, but will be equipped with tools, thus that one human can do your job and several more people's jobs. So it's a matter of, are you the person who keeps the job and are now doing 10 other people's jobs that got fired, or are you one of the ones lost? That would be my shorter term worry for a job like yours.
Yeah, I fear that over time gradually it will decrease the workforce. Kind of happened in my other job as well.
Yeah. Well, Jason, obviously the best of luck to you. I wish I feel like right now, because I probably have my job's probably safer for a little bit longer. It can seem douchey of me to be sitting here and be like, good luck, but in solidarity, I will see you in the bread lines one day. And I can't even eat bread. Yeah. We'll see you, Jason.
Yeah, the only thing that sucks is that lost a chance to win the Super Bowl ring. The team won the Super Bowl the year after I got fired. So. Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Jason. Somebody had said, seriously, Jimmy, your job is in jeopardy too. Where did he put it? Basically was asking what's my plan. I
thought I saw that. I
don't have one. I was a photographer before YouTube. I went to college for I don't like talking about this that much, but science related stuff, and it was so long ago that it is basically, I already told you about engineering, and then I also went for bio. there's nothing I could do with it now. I am so far removed and never used anything from college in my career path because my photography business was taking off. And so I would be the least qualified person if they still needed a biologist, and I would have to go and finish up stuff. Really for either, I would have to get more specialized on, but especially if I decided to try and fall back on some kind of engineering thing. So I,
Jimmy, there will come a time when you won't be able to tell if the colors are AI or not.
Oh, man, yeah, that is the case.
Yeah, it's a little bit of the ways
Jimmy,
out.
you don't have a real job. Not only do I work harder than you, I'm more successful than you and more intelligent. The reason you're not calling is because you couldn't win a debate.
Oh, Jelly's still there? I think they're just a bot. They don't know what. So, Jelly, I'll give you a task. Let's see if you can handle this. Provide the definition of job and not a description or an example.
And then give me a recipe for a cake.
There, he added that on.
Gluten-free.
I like that too. Gluten-free cake, please. But I want the definition of a job and don't give me an example.
Someone said they think my hair's a wig or it just looks like a wig. My headphones are just holding it more forward. It's not.
Yeah, it's a little bit different than normal.
It wasn't even intentional. Don't worry, my receding hairline's still in there.
It's all right. I can look a little bit more emo if I do it this way.
I think I also just have more. I like to, when I'm angled like this, I tend to push more hair to the side that my camera is catching. So the other thing you can't see is that this side is much emptier than this side. So your brain tricks itself into thinking there's symmetry, and then I have this much hair on both sides.
I'll just match for a second. This is going to irritate my ears so quickly, though.
I got to tell you, it's not a bad look. I'm saying, I think I look pretty. I think I look pretty. I like it.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yo.
Let me just.
I'll say this.
They can't hear you? You don't have the M highlighted on your input? Oh, you don't have a Zoom input on VMAX? Yeah, you could. You could be heard, okay. But you'd have to add the input. Your voice is hot, though. Sexy voice. Our producer has the sexiest voice. Anyway, that's to disturb any of the people who don't know the behind the scenes. Is he sexually harassing the producer? Kinda. This one's going to blow my mind a little bit, to the point that I'm like, do I trust this call? Gertrude in Colorado. In Colorado, you lost your job as a janitor. Oh, let me try and answer it correctly here. You lost your job as a janitor and AI was a part of it?
I am actively in the process of losing my job. It is not yet gone. I'm a janitor at an aerospace company, and I'm a union steward. And I'm trying to, our union has a successor clause, meaning that whatever company would come in and take over the contract after our present subcontractor loses its contract, they would have to pick us all up. And I'm having to try and explain to my union members that that successor clause doesn't apply if there are no actual companies coming in to take the job from us. The executive, about 2 years ago, they were pilot testing some AI-controlled mapping and mopping and sweeping robots, vacuum robots that would drive around and create paths, program paths for other robots. And they were kind of a joke 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And now we have full-size Zamboni-style moppers mopping the executive building, and that doesn't violate our union's non-compete clause because they're not jobs.
Have you seen those robots, the delivery robots? I think they're mostly in LA. They look like little coolers on wheels, and people are making fun of those too.
Yep. Sure.
Like the ones in restaurants too.
What you're saying, it sounds like that to me, where every time I see people like, look how dumb it is, look how it got stuck there, and I'm literally just sitting there like, if you see it having a problem, know that it's sending data back to solve it,
Yep.
And it's already clearly this one already took one person's job. It's about to take thousands more. And you're sitting there going, look how funny it is trying.
Oh no, like, here, let me give you the absolute bullshit. I've heard you mention before that you have a bidet, right?
I love my bidet.
Does it have one of the self-cleaning features?
No, it's not electric. It's just a hard-lined one, so it just shoots water.
It doesn't even need to be an electric one because it can divert the water pressure to little sprayers that will do a full 360 based on the like plastic little ring that's
that makes sense.
to guide it.
Yeah.
So they can already do that, and in our executive suite on my campus, it's got like 40 buildings. The executive suite actually just had installed one of the toilets with a motorized brush arm that actually goes and does a scrub after each use. So even the shit cleaning is being automated.
It's being taken. So this is like, I've been saying to people too, when they'll call in, they'll be like, and how are you going to replace, someone who does, we'll just use this job as an example. And one of the things is you are still assuming that they are going to design and build them the same ways. Meanwhile, China right now, might have actually been Japan, just showed off this new system for you basically have the bathroom and then you have like a 1 to 2 foot narrow room behind where the toilets and sinks are. And once somebody goes to the bathroom and they leave it, it spins it around and presents a new clean toilet. And while the next person is shitting, it literally has a way of pressure washing the entire toilet and drying it off. Thus that then when the next, even if you have a line, it can do this in a way where it's like, I can just give you a brand new clean toilet or a freshly clean toilet between every single bathroom visit. And we have it on a recycled water system. So we're only losing, and if you use recycled water, pressure cooking and UV light, you actually don't even have to introduce much by way of soap and chemicals. You can do like one soapy type of clean a day. They're not going to design anytime there's a thing where it's like the way electricity goes through the walls right now requires a human because we do it in human dumb ways. So new house builds, already it's happening in modular homes, are going to be built in ways that robots can service. They're just going to design them differently and better. And I know to the person who said that in chat, it does actually sound awesome.
And I also want to add that the company that I work at, it's an aerospace company and it's heavy on the space. So they actually, I've actually seen the modulated arms. So people in the chat and people online saying that they're not going to be able to replace jobs that have a lot of manual dexterity. That's the shit the company does. That's what they make money on. So yeah, I'm not going to have this job much longer and my union can't fucking save me.
Right. That is some of the strategy with some companies. We talked about this a little bit the other day. Some companies are also for a period of time able to just rely on not replacing naturally fallen off jobs, because some percentage of people for some other reason in their life quit every year, and you already have companies that are like, yeah, we know we have this amount of churn every year. All we did was turn off the replacement valve. So now when somebody quits, we don't have to list that job again. And you have a lot of that happening too.
Yeah, that is one of the strategies the company that employs my parent company uses when they go through seasonal layoffs. They just bring in AI models for the drafting positions and they don't put the new jobs up.
I hate it here, Gertrude. Workers of the world unite.
I'm actively trying to move to New Zealand. I don't think that anywhere is safe from that AI future, but I have to hope or I have to end it. So I have to hope.
Well, I get it, Gertrude. That's like when the person was like, "What's your backup plan?" I'm literally like, "I think it's die." Like I'm currently working on a political movement, hoping that it succeeds. And if I lose my job and that movement doesn't succeed, I think my backup plan is just die. Like I don't know what to tell you guys. It's that.
Yeah, I'm autistic, and so is every member of my household. So
yeah. I feel that.
All right, I'll let you go.
I got the chronically ill blues myself. All right, thank you, Gertrude.
Yeah, I feel that one.
And the closest to conspiracy pilled I sometimes get is like, I can't help but feel like part of why I'm chronically ill is something that happened because of capitalism. Like I've lived in a bunch of polluted air my whole life. I've been eating processed food my whole life, which, by the way, actually could have ultra processed food. Processed food by itself doesn't tell you anything, but a lot of the ultra processed food, definitely issues there. A lot of the stuff that happened wrong in my body when it surrounds the ways in which my liver and my gallbladder interacted with stuff. And that's what's fucked me long term. The medical industry in this country being so capitalist and not prioritizing the right things. If just this issue I've told you guys about with bile acid malabsorption, the reason I have to drink this resin 4 to 6 times a day, literally a day, to not be too sick. If that had just been identified when I was 21 instead of taking until I was damn near 35 to identify, I would have had a still sick life, but holy fuck. My quality of life would have been so much better if my doctors had come in and gone, oh, these are your symptoms. Let's figure out what's behind it, and identified the bile acid malabsorption decades earlier, 15 years earlier. I literally feel robbed of my 20s by it. And this is just like, and yet I'm still like, but I got to figure out how to stay alive in this fucked up world that's already failed me so much. Yes, this is a resin. To the person who has resin, this is a resin that neutralizes and solidifies bile in my digestive system because I create an excess of it and I don't absorb it the way a human body is supposed to.
Why would doctors want to actually tell you or figure out what's wrong with you?
And to some degree, you can barely blame them because the way the system is overloaded, they have to act. A lot of these places, the places where the best work is done, are so overloaded, they have to act a bit like factories.
Oh, yeah. And the definition that Jelly provided for job was providing a good or service and being a contributing member of society. I got a job for Jelly. Yeah. I don't think that I don't think they realize that they just described anything can be a job with that definition.
Right. They said, I don't have a job, so joke's on you, bitch. I provide a good and a service. Wait till they find out I run an actual fucking company doing this shit too. With 30 employees. Something like 30. We've got up to like 30 people. Most of them are contract employees because they mostly want to focus on their own channels and shit. But yeah, fun stuff.
Hey, I mean, I don't know. Florida's doing some real fuck shit that I don't know what's going to happen after November. That's a whole different conversation.
Okay, so we are through. We've got a couple more we're going to do quick on, but no more new calls from here, guys, on AI stuff. I think Luthien has received that note now. Is aware. So I feel like, do we have, it looks like one or possibly even 2 debate calls?
Looks like, yeah, there's at least one sprinkled in. 40 is definitely a debate one. I can't.
All right, let me quick get it from because I did mention this job already. So just very quickly. Amanda, in California, you were a copywriter for a decade, lost the job to AI, which is unfortunately happening to everybody. Have you been able to find meaningful employment, especially within the same expertise since then?
Yeah, hi. It's nice to talk to you guys. So I lost my job about 2.5 years ago, and I've only gotten maybe like less than 10 jobs since then. So I've had to like completely pivot.
Oof.
And figure something else out. Yeah,
have you figured out your pivot
yet? I'm fingers crossed. So I've pivoted to boating. I grew up sailing and on boats. So right now I'm working as a deckhand. It's a pretty significant pay cut. I'm down to like 17 an hour, whereas I had, I was a senior position at an agency. I wrote taglines for movie posters. And that was really fun. And I really loved it, and I really miss it.
And you're in California. Anybody who knows anything about anything, California, LA, even worse. Yeah, $17 an hour is not a living wage in LA.
No, yeah. And I mean, I was listening to one of the other calls about like how safe do you feel your like next pivot is from AI, and I'm like, I see Waymos and those little delivery boxes you talk about everywhere, and I'm like, oh gosh, what if they do that with boats too? So yeah, I don't know.
Well, and Amanda, what kind of boating are you doing? Is it mostly like tourism, or is it, crabbing? What kind of industry is it in?
Yeah, it's like tourism. Like people that come to the city for like a vacation and they go for a boat ride. So it's
your
basically
threat
like
might be more like my threat, which is that I have a job that is hard for AI to replace soon, but it's even harder for me to maintain an income if regular people are being unemployed. Do you know what I mean? Like, as more people lose their jobs to AI, how many people are hiring boats?
Are gonna go boating. Exactly. Yeah. I live in the marina, and it is like getting quieter and quieter every year. So yeah, I think people are booking less because it's a luxury to like go on a boat ride for Mother's Day or whatever. But yeah,
also the ocean is terrifying, but that's my problem with it already.
A lot of people just can't swim, so
it's not that bad. Everything in it will kill you. I'm just kidding. The ocean is monumentally. I'm fine with near the shore, but as soon as you can't see land in any direction, I have a panic attack. I'm just like, this is insane. This is so dumb.
That's fair.
And we have
Most
no
of the time
idea
we don't
what's
leave the
below
harbor
us.
because a lot of people don't like to leave the harbor. But it's definitely been a massive adjustment, and it took me like 2 years even to transition into this, because as you can imagine, there's a lot of people vying for the same job. You only need one or two deckhands on a certain size boat. So you even have 10 people looking to be a deckhand. So I'm trying to write in my own time and trying to keep the spirit of writing alive, but I wasn't going to call in. I've never called into a show like this before, but I heard you say copywriting, and I'm still kind of like grieving my job just because I moved to LA on my own, and I worked my way up for 10 years, and
you worked hard like that. The bullshit we've always been told, like, pursue your passion, work hard, make sure it's a service that is actually necessary. It met all three of those things, but rich people decided it would be fun to sell that service for $5 a month, $7 for premium access or whatever. Like, and now you are hoping that you're in a safer industry.
Pitching at Netflix, and I was like working with Hulu and going to the Disney lot, the Sony lot. Like I was like on the up and up, and then the bottom just totally dropped out. I mean, I think COVID and the Hollywood strikes also played into that, but like triple whammy.
Sure. Probably,
it accelerated things and gave them a lot of cover to do some bullshit. Because one of the things we found out was like, turns out you can just do a lot of jobs from home.
Yeah.
And they're not glad we found that out, because they now have looked like shit when they've insisted people come back to work and get back into the culture of this is your life, even though we will drop you the moment tokens are cheaper than you are.
Well, I knew it was over when my boss started sending me, like, I would send her copy and she would send it back and she'd be like, I asked AI and maybe you can use these as brainstorm starters. And I was like, I don't think you know how rude that is.
And that was 2 years ago when ChatGPT couldn't spell strawberry, as the previous caller tried to use. Like, fucking Christ, people, get a grip.
So I think I was like one of the first people to really like you said, like copywriters and artists were the first to get that act.
Creative jobs went fast. Yeah. Thank goodness I became a YouTuber, because I'd already been unemployed as the photographer. I had a pretty successful photography business. I'd just been getting more into the commercial world, was working with a lot of real estate agents and like local product companies and shit, and was like doing pretty good. And to the point where when my channel took off, I got to choose which successful career path to take, and I chose YouTube. And thank goodness I did, because I'd be fucking starving now, I assume, because it's also hard for me to work for other people because of my health issues. And then there's the tism.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely jarring going back into customer service. Like, you know, I'm 35 now, and I haven't really worked in a restaurant since like I was in my early 20s, because I've been grinding in this other career. So, you know, going back into like serving drinks and, you know, just it's been an adjustment, but, you know, keep your nose to the grindstone. You got to live some way. Hopefully AI doesn't take the whole ocean and then I'm out of a job because the oceans are drained.
And Amanda, what flavor barbecue sauce if you had to eat a billionaire? You know what? Another time. Thank you, Amanda.
All right. You guys take care.
Let's see it.
Thank you.
Guys, we're not advocating it. We're just saying if you had to survive. Like, we've accepted that sometimes people have had to eat people to survive. Have you guys not internalized the message of the TV series Yellow Jackets? I believe that series just is trying to tell you sometimes you got to eat somebody. Have you watched Yellow Jackets?
No.
That show is excellent. You really should.
Okay. Right now really I'm in an audiobook kick, so.
Okay. Yeah, stay in there. Stay in there for sure. All right, let's talk to one of these arguers, these antagonists. If any of you don't want to wait, who are also calling with the job stuff, we understand, but we don't want to lose this person with just the most brilliant of prompts. Ari, I'm going to let you have a lot of this one, because I know you've been very familiar with the Iran conflict, and because I've been monopolizing so much of the show. Jay in Washington, you're on the line with Ari and Jimmy. Jay, how are you?
Hey guys, Ari, Jimmy. I wouldn't say it's a brilliant prompt. Let's be honest, it was vague as all get out. Beforehand, I want to say I also enjoy my bidet. Having water squirted into your butt is awesome, and I don't care who knows it. And I'm sorry to hear about your health stuff, but I wouldn't attribute it to capitalism. Communism had plenty of health stuff, RLC, Chernobyl, lots of factory stuff. So just, maybe it's not capitalism, but leaving that aside.
I'm sorry, you do understand you just committed a fallacy, correct?
Maybe. Which one?
Let's say you are right that those things happened in communism. That wouldn't mean capitalism wasn't responsible for my health issues either happening or getting worse. These would be completely separated from each other.
It wouldn't be exclusively. It wouldn't be like, hey, if we had a different system, it wouldn't have happened.
But you literally did say maybe it wasn't capitalism. Communism had Chernobyl, which also I don't think you have a good grasp of.
Because it may have just been the course of the world. But in any event, I mean, I like capitalism.
Great. So I'm just going to restate capitalism absolutely did cause it, and pointing to old school, what you use as examples of communism wouldn't actually void that out at all, nor would it suggest that because bad things have happened in your examples of communist countries, that means those bad things would have happened in the communist country I am advocating for, nor that they were even a characteristic of communism, like Chernobyl, for example.
Disagree, but on to Iran.
Okay, it's objectively correct what I just said.
As is my opinion.
Right. Mine wasn't. Mine was objective. Yours was subjective. So
right. My opinion is also objectively correct, but that's fine.
It isn't. It isn't, because it doesn't actually represent facts. Opinion. So which tenet of communism causes nuclear meltdowns.
Which tenet of capitalism causes your health issues?
I already explained it. I actually already explained that because we have a healthcare system.
With apologies,
excuse me, I'm going to go ahead and give you the cliff notes again. I already explained that I already know that there was a part of my medical condition that my life would have been absolutely fucking wildly improved by if we had caught it and talked about it earlier, as is more likely to happen in places with socialized medicine. And does happen in places with socialized medicine. And we didn't catch it earlier and describe it earlier because, one, I went through many years where I had to avoid healthcare because I didn't have the money for it and didn't have insurance. And two, when having insurance, ended up mostly in medical situations where, because it is so expensive, because capitalism makes it so hard to become a doctor, to become a medical official, and it is so difficult to enter those things, we have an overloaded medical system with a shortage of doctors. And they basically don't have the time to assess anything besides, are you dying? We'll stop that if that's happening. And otherwise, if you have money, you can see specialists. So that would be the profit motive of the healthcare industry is the capitalist quality that has led to my worsening medical experience.
They're incentivized to not fix you immediately. Would be the easiest way to say
your
that.
Opinion, and I appreciate it.
Okay. Oh my God.
Is it an opinion when we say that like people that actually have money, like so millionaires and whatnot, receive significantly better health care than somebody that is at the poverty line?
No, I think that would be a fair statement. If you can buy better health care, you probably get it.
Oh, okay. So that would be objectively true?
I would agree with it. Whether it's objective or not, we agree. And that's the important part.
Gotcha. Thanks for the concession. Continue.
Thank you. So, on to Iran. Did you want me to establish a thesis or...
What's your opinion on it?
So, here's the thing. I'm not like a diehard Trump can do no wrong thing. I would say I'm a slight appreciation for some, though not all of the things that he's done. And with Iran specifically, it is not how I would have conducted the war. But I am glad that it happened, and I think it was a good thing that it happened. The reason I say this is there have been 7 previous presidencies, to include the first Trump, to be fair, where nothing has really happened to Iran. In fact, nothing significant has happened to Iran since Operation Praying Mantis in 1988, where in a single 8-hour workday, the United States sunk half its navy. They have done a lot of stuff, and by they, I don't mean the Iranians generally. The Iranian on the streets, generally a pretty awesome person. I mean the Islamic Republic, the government, the mullahs, etc. And they've been allowed to do too much for too long, and the pushback, in this case a military pushback, killing the top 100 dudes or so, best estimates are about 7,000 IRGC KIA, for an exchange of about 13 American KIA, which is very regrettable.
14.
Has been a victory in the military conditions that we decided to go kinetic on Iran for. I think it's an overall good thing for several reasons, which I can elaborate on. But that would be my thesis. I'm glad that they got the spanking that they so richly deserved.
How did the Ayatollah come to be in power, in charge of the Islamic revolution?
This current one, he inherited from the last one. There was the Shah, the Revolution 79.
Mm-hmm.
I'm obviously being very quick on that, but I think that's what you're getting at, the Shah.
Are you familiar with Project Ajax?
Refresh my memory.
Or sorry, Operation Ajax?
Refresh my memory, please.
1953, there was a democratically elected prime minister who wanted to nationalize the oil in Iran. The Shah was talking to Great Britain, the United Kingdom, and telling them, it's okay. They're just putting on a show. We won't actually let it happen. The United Kingdom was like, I don't really believe you. And so worked with the United States right? Got the CIA and MI6 involved to sow seeds of doubt and distrust to basically oust the prime minister, which they were successful at. And then
the government, the democratically elected government. Yep.
The democratically elected government, correct. So we ousted somebody that was actually democratically elected, that was pushing their country.
In the monarch.
Yeah.
I like how much he thinks it's important that he contributes to your explanation.
Apparently.
I also find the whole thing tedious and dumb.
I'll be quiet. I was going to.
Yeah, when the other person's talking, that would be great. That would be
conversation. Please.
Yeah, it would be great actually. It would be great if you would be quiet when others are talking. That would actually be excellent.
I will sit here on my bidet and
when's that
enjoy.
beginning?
All right.
I also just find it terribly tedious and dumb. This idea of like they needed a spanking. So do a lot of countries.
It's so dumb.
Especially by these standards. They needed restrictions. We got restrictions. I don't even like Obama. Obama had a deal. The guy who blew up the deal, thus that maybe we needed to do more, did it for just political reasons. The restrictions that were on them were working, and it was not necessary to blow up the deal. And now, here on the other side of it, Iran will have a stronger Iran than ever. We actually don't have any data. In fact, we have the opposite. We have intelligence that suggests they weren't close to any kind of nuclear bomb. They weren't close to being a bigger problem than they already were. And so basically, at the end of the day, also you say the top 100 officials, meanwhile, they missed number 2. The top 100 officials, they fundamentally, the guy who was about to take over for the guy who was actively dying still took over. And there will now, thanks to this deal and President Dealmaker literally giving the fucking barn away and committing to them more development money that makes the supposed pallets of cash look like fucking quarters in a pocket in comparison.
That was delivered to them in francs, so not even USD.
There's been no regime change. There's no de-radicalization of the official government of Iran. The people haven't taken back. In fact, we're about to empower the new Ayatollah, who is a ideological clone to his father, though some describe him as more severe. And we are going to legitimize his leadership. I don't know where you're getting this, like, they deserved a spanking, so it's good we did it, no matter how much money it cost and how much they said we weren't going to, and what it did to economic into trade and what it did to gas prices and all this shit. Because at the other end of it, now we have a progressive Iran. We simply don't. We will have a stronger, just as ideologically radical Iran.
Yeah, they're more radicalized. In fact, we've made a lot more people upset in Iran. If you look at anything else, we killed 168 children.
Jay's conceding with his stunned silence.
No. I was just yelled at for interjecting before. Can I proceed? Shall I respond?
No, you were interjecting the entire time.
No, you can't. If 10 seconds of silence wasn't a clear sign, you could intercede. No, when you can figure out the obvious,
come on,
acting
dude.
like we were being unreasonable. No, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Acting like we were being unreasonable when you kept talking over and adding when no one did it to you. And that we aren't giving clear signs of when the conversation is coming back to you. I have no interest. We have 10 minutes left of a show. I'd rather go sit on my own bidet. You can call back another day, Jay, when the obvious rules of conversation, not even like hard rules, are manageable for you.
Yeah, that was just... And people get mad at me when I just sit in silence when people do that. We're like, can I talk now? No.
That big long silence part, I wasn't sure if that was the indication that that's when I was supposed to, or when a person seems to come to the end of a point. I wasn't positive. I wasn't sure.
It's just really dumb.
Dave in California doesn't think their job could ever be replaced by AI. They're a disabled combat veteran, drove over a bomb in Iraq. No, but what is the job? I don't think you can be replaced as a disabled combat veteran. I think that'll. But what's the job you think they can't take?
I'll get to that explanation, but Jimmy, if you'll permit me one moment, I'm literally shaking in anger and holding back tears of anger from listening to that last caller. as a combat vet, and the fact that he just flippantly, freaking said
he weighed the cost. He did a cost-benefit analysis of the number of lives lost in Iran versus the number of U.S. soldiers.
Just flippantly dismissing the death of soldiers as he did. Yep. I don't remember his name and too angry to care, but if he's still listening, go flying fuck yourself. Hard.
It makes you feel better. I forgot his name too, and I was just the one talking to him. I don't hold on to these people like that.
I think the hardest part on me, knowing the people that lost their lives were all either National Guard or reserves.
But also, what is the official number now? Is it 15? What is it?
It's 14.
14.
One died from medical complications. And they don't normally count her, I believe. It was a woman.
I also hate, though, that we have this like attitude of like, and only 14 died, where you're showing like, okay, you nationalist fuckface. I don't know. I think those 170 little girls dying suck too. But there is such a nationalist idea of like, but for every one, the 14 Americans dying is a bigger tragedy than those 170, and then certainly any other civilian deaths in addition to that. Drives me fucking crazy.
So if I may segue that into the point that I called to make is, so I was critically wounded in Iraq. I am 100% disabled. That is not necessarily my job. That is my income for stasis of living, because that's what benefits were fought for by former veterans to get Congress to provide for me. But my point is that under capitalism will always need humans to die for it. Yep. That is the job that will never be replaced, no matter how technology advances. Now, the advancement of AI may be used to mitigate and save as many lives as possible, but I am convinced that capitalism will always need humans to die for it.
Yeah, I mean, because it feels correct, because to have capitalism still would also require there to be humans participating in the economic system, mostly to be poor for the rich people to contrast against. It feels correct.
Particularly war.
Right. It wouldn't surprise me if we don't need humans and we've gone beyond capitalism, but not to leftism. Like one day, Elon Musk and Sam Altman basically fundamentally just have armies of robots fighting each other, trying to knock out each other's infrastructure. This is more of like a movie pitch than it is something I think is going to happen. And that you don't have actual human combatants. What's that?
I don't think. And not something that could happen in my lifetime, I don't think.
I sure hope not. But at this point, the way at which development accelerates on so many things is you unlock AI, and then as we march closer to AGI, I don't know what the timelines are on these things. I feel like we're going to be more limited by the willingness of people to do things than whether or not. And that's what capitalism does. Why would I be willing to develop a cure for cancer when I'm making so much money treating cancer?
If I could refine my statement, I would say, that capitalism will always need people to fight and die for it. If I had to refine the statement a little.
And even as we improve our war technologies, it's literally like we're improving our machines, our drones, to be better at killing people. We're not only going to attack other drones. And so it could be that you only have one person's side's AI gets so good that you only see human deaths on their opposition side, and on their side they're only dying from, I don't know, too much cocaine at their pedophile islands. But it
sucks but we're not just talking about U.S. jobs here, right? So we're not just talking about U.S.
This
jobs
is worldwide.
It is going to be worldwide. I agree.
Yeah, so that was my only point, and I think you agree with it, but obviously the job I'm talking about is not a promising one.
Yeah, and in a lot of ways, I think because they aren't planning for us right now how to take care of us when AI ultimately causes this mass unemployment, I almost think that's the job they're already lining most of us up for. Not military deaths, but literally like, hey guys, for us to get the level of advancement and utilization of resources and isolation, thus that we don't need to share with you people when we want to give ourselves the best lives, you will as a consequence die. So that's kind of the last job they're lining up for us. I don't know. Anyway, appreciate you, Dave.
All right, take
Thanks,
care.
man.
And I'm glad you didn't get hurt in your accident, man. But
sorry, I had already clicked it and I did not mean to hang up in your mid-sentence there. I did get hurt, but I'm not dead. I'm still in physical therapy and will be for a while. But I'm managing better.
Sore. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd call it more than sore. I've got MRIs coming up this next week that should give us a better idea of if
what's going on internally. Yeah.
Lasting. Amber, I liked your theory. Jimmy just dissociates during the call and debate. Jimmy comes out, then afterwards can't remember what happened. Our headcanon. That's close to correct. I wouldn't say dissociates though. It's more of I have no attachment to these people. Like I know there's that amount of dumb out there. And so I don't obsess on it. I probably did early on. And every now and then you'll get a caller that breaks through. I am looking forward to getting Woodworking Jimmy back to work hopefully soon because I was very excited for the launch of that channel and then car crash.
And then car crash, yeah. I wish that I could like immediately tune people out. I'm not that great at it. It takes me a moment to like remember people, but I usually do.
Yeah, I guess I've just had so many years of it where I'm just like, what am I going to do? Hold on. I love when people call and like, you might remember that I called in last week. And I'm like, I don't. You need to have a funny voice that I'm resisting doing an impression of for me to remember you.
It's not the funny voice for me. It's just like a distinct voice, right? So like something in your syntax has to be very clear that I can be like, oh, I recognize you. Or you say something dumb and then I recognize that. Like, oh, you've used this dumb phrase before.
It's big time funny voices for me. John, you're our last call. We do have to do this one very quick because I'm going to see if Ari even has time to do the soups after it. But John in the Midwest, John, it says that you work in the healthcare IT field and you're seeing how AI is coming for your job. Do you want to just as briefly as you can share that?
Yeah, I'll try to summarize real quick. I mean, in general, healthcare is going to benefit from AI in a lot of ways, but
sure,
in the behind the scenes of the software aspect of all the software development, it's just getting gutted, eviscerated. And 8 of my 12 coworkers were let go. Now, mind you, 2 of them that I keep in contact with did get a job like 2 months, 3 months later, but like the amount of intent behind AI is strong. Like they really want to go for it. But I was personally an early adopter myself, just because I'm always typically 2-3 years ahead, and they don't know what they're doing. Most of these companies have no clue. So like I really hate where it's going, and I've moved to like a local environment for myself. I can really answer any questions about it that you have. That's kind of more of why I came on, because you were talking a lot of like what's going on.
I don't really have
I kind of could give more of a positive take. I get okay.
Look, so I mean, as far as the positive take goes, if we were in a socialist framework, not only would I advocate for AI in healthcare, I would advocate for human replacement in everything except carer positions. Like we're gonna want nurses and people who are at the point of, can you just make me feel a little bit? We're gonna 100%. Want that if there's funding for it.
Replaced.
But we should have 100% of 100% of surgeons should eventually be robots. There will be a point where robots are so superior that adding a human will create liabilities, not prevent them. That would be an eventuality. Obviously, we're not there yet. So in a socialist system, replacing everything with a sufficiently advanced technology that doesn't even do it in the same. I mean, right now, fundamentally, you're going in a lot of times to see people to find out if a machine needs to be added to your, hey, I've got this pain, cool. Here's this, we need to send you for an x-ray or a CT, or in my case, soon MRIs. We're already like at that point of figuring out what machines we need to add to your care to try and diagnose you, and then the treatment that follows. And so for sure, I agree with you that it's coming for the medical field and if we get access to medical care, if we aren't the people dying because they don't have a plan for us when the unemployment gets so high, that will be extremely beneficial at the point of the patient. Unfortunately, capitalism.
Yeah, I hate it too. I will say what the way that what we do is we get insurance companies to pay so people don't get stuck with the bill is essentially the short version. And so one of the principles that's a core foundation of our company is it's called the human in the loop. So it is actually allowing hospitals to hire more nurses because these nurses have to validate everything that the tools do. And so we partner with a lot of hospitals, and so there's a lot of positives, but I really hate how much money is being wasted on what's being pushed. There's just no direction with these cursor and stuff. These projects just wasting money.
There will be companies who will come along and they'll become billion-dollar companies. It's kind of like Perplexity. You had multiple LLMs creating bots, but with not a lot of great direction. And then Perplexity went, we actually specialized, and so we're using those bots, but our tools puts them together and has these tools in place to prevent hallucination and be able to use for fact-checking and deeper research and stuff. And now Perplexity, despite not, I don't believe, having any of their own models, is worth a competitive amount compared to the companies that are making their own. Let me just find out, how much is Perplexity worth? And so right now, what you're describing as those gaps will be something that somebody will make $1 billion company or multi-billion-dollar company will figure out how to stop having those appearances of looking like they don't know what they're doing because they're not utilizing the tool correctly. So Perplexity is valued at $20 billion. Perplexity uses other people's LLMs. It'll be that kind of thing, I think, John, or something else.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's insane. I just want to move to the forest. I mean, I'm in the thick of it, and I'm like, this fucking sucks, man. I want to move to the forest in Oregon and just hike.
If I was healthy, that's what I would want to do too. Go do nature photography. All right, thank you, John.
Yeah. Well, hey, you guys got to go, man. I hope you feel better. That sucks, man.
Thanks.
And,
appreciate you.
Yeah. Good luck, guys. Thanks.
Thank you.
Am getting better. That's the good news, people.
Yeah, that is always good. Better. Healing is important.
You got time for supers, or are you trying? You need to get going.
No, we can run through them.
Cool. I'm just going to put super chats on the banner. Woo! Oh wait, but we're going to switch to the other one. Will you take us to input to their lovely, hot, sexy producer? Hell yeah! You might want to have the other one up because they can be hard to read in the little preview there.
Oh, I saw.
Why do I keep having this issue where my mouse suddenly acts like its refresh rate is in the teens? My computer needs a refresh or something. Something weird's going on. Something weird's going on with it. Atheist Mechanic says, are we really surprised that the man who bankrupted casinos is ruining this company? Art of the deal. Right. Literally, how do you fuck up a casino? You guys remember how the house always wins? Donald Trump lost the house.
He lost the whole thing. Yeah, I went. Beep.
How do you fucking mess up a casino?
Just do what Donald Trump did. Feisties just sent a wave with some sunglass lifting. So that's cool. I do love the emojis.
Oh.
I was giving the emoji one.
I don't even see that one.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Did you filter to funding, or are you looking at the
I'm just on
queue
fan
on
funding.
The right?
Nope, I'm just on fan funding.
Oh, okay. Atheist Mechanic said 8647. I mean, now I'm being investigated. Thanks a lot.
How dare you? I mean, you're not Comey. I think you're okay. Let's see. Chase said, oh, no, you don't read those. Sorry, my bad.
I think we're doing $5 and above. So Sean Green is the next one. Why don't you just look at the queue on the beautiful tool I built us?
Okay. Is it set
when
that
I saw
way?
it Fable.
That might be why.
If you look at the queue all the way to the right, you should see, and it'll say sent.
There it is. It does see that.
Sean
so
Green.
You have Sean up already. Okay. If what we are seeing from the DoD is accurate, the movie War Games is the closest parallel at this time. Yeah, I'm fucking old. I feel like I've seen War Games, but I don't remember it offhand. So I'm sure you're right, Sean.
Dave. Is that War? No, wait. That's not War Games. That's Lost in Space. War Games is there's a kid who thinks he's playing a game and he's actually.
There are all sorts of video games about that, but that sounds accurate.
Yeah. Melatoon Ali says, I'm a software engineer. I haven't lost my job, but am being overworked because if vice president won't hire more people. While recognizing our workload has increased, he wants us to use AI to be more efficient. We've all had those bosses too that are like pull you in and they're like, hey guys, we need you to care about this job more. We're not going to offer you any incentives to, but aren't we a family?
We're a family. And then they like send out emails when somebody has a new baby in a creepy way.
That's why I like working at a company where we distribute by profit share. Because anytime I need to talk about like, guys, how do I convince you to put a little extra effort into, I don't know, sending out a promo post about a show you're going to be on or something, trying to help us solicit calls. And for the record, by how do I say, could I just mention, if you do that and we get more calls, the show will make more money. We'll have more clips, which you make money. You'll make more money. If you help, the channel makes more money. Profit share, you make more money. It is.
I haven't been doing that. I'm not doing good. I haven't been doing that. I'll have to fix myself. It wasn't an attack
at you. It was more.
No, that was a realization. Yeah, that was just a realization. Like,
jerk.
Oh, that hit me.
No, I'm just kidding. I also miss it sometimes.
It's okay. You can call me a jerk. I don't take offense.
Jerk.
Michaela, ooh, look, I got it. Jimmy, interested in discussing AI replacement and medical assistance. Not yet lost jobs, but the tools are there in progress toward it. Well, actually, we ended the stream talking about that, so that worked out.
Again, in a non-capitalist world, that's actually excellent. There should be no more human surgeons once AI is sufficiently advanced. Legitimately, AI could become so advanced you wouldn't want a person to work on you. You'd be like, what? People? Those drunks? Like, fuck no. People just sometimes don't do it right, you know? Sometimes they sneeze and then you get sepsis. I don't think that's how you get sepsis, but
wouldn't it could be, honestly.
Yeah, they do mask up. Hopefully. They could forget or just maliciously don't do so. Kaylee Bite says, capitalism feels like a giant MLM to me. It's pretty insulated because I started at my job when it was still getting off the ground and ended up building my own department. Yeah, I worked hard, but there was way more luck and timing. The interesting thing about being in a capitalist country is you identify things like pyramid schemes, which obviously made people a lot of money. And what happens in a capitalist society when pyramid schemes become illegal? They just figure out how to do them legally. They don't stop doing them. They start doing them legally. And for the most part, it's the way MLMs will defend that they aren't pyramid schemes. They're like, I don't know. By your definition, aren't all companies pyramid schemes? And they're not wrong in that. They're just more brazen in their pyramid-ishness.
Yeah, I get that one.
Especially not guaranteeing a minimum like wage to your actual employees. You can invest $5,000 in your new job and you've gotten nothing back, but the people above you are richer.
Yeah, that's also true. We already read Gentleman Vikings, so
I did mention
the next
that one before. Yeah.
Yep. So then the next one would be William. Hey, Jimmy, I'm building an outdoor ramp. What's a high quality way to weather treat it in a humid environment like Arkansas?
Arkansas is going to be hard anyway, but I feel like, well, I don't know if polyurethane's going to be... I don't build outdoor ramps, so I feel like the most responsible thing to do is say, I have some theories. What wood are you using would also have been a little bit important, but to tell you the truth, because I don't build a lot of outdoor ramps, I occasionally do like an outdoor, I'm doing an outdoor sign here soon, for example, for a dog rescue. I'm actually going to make a video about making it because there's like a really slutty angle to the whole thing that's just lovely. Anyway, there's but you know, you can seal wood signs with paint. You don't have to, you just have to use the right kind of paint. So a ramp. Yeah, I don't want to give you the bad advice and then you've got a fucking rotting ramp.
You don't mess it up. Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't build ramps. No, that was, so by the way, someone said that was a call to Forrest. Forrest arguably is the most consumed creator outside of, well, Justin's up there too now, but arguably the most, he would be the one who not only it would be the most understanding, would it make the most sense because he's so busy and making so much stuff. If he didn't interact the most, it would be the one that would make the most sense for him to be the least participating. He probably participates the most in posting links. He will pick fights with people on threads or just see people saying dumb stuff on threads and then go, here's the link to my next episode, Colin, let's do it. Arguably, he actually shares external links more than anybody, including me. He is definitely, of all the people I was calling out, and I would love to call out Forrest if he wasn't doing it. God, I love calling him out. But no, Forrest is actually really excellent out of that stuff.
No, guys, it's me. All right. I'm not the only one, so it's not even just me.
Spooky says, I haven't lost my job yet, but I deliver for FedEx and my coworkers think I'm crazy for saying robots AI will take our jobs soon. They think delivery jobs are AI proof and I'm being alarmist. So here's the thing. There will be human delivery people for a while, but the same way like AI delivery at Amazon has almost become gig work as well. That's going to happen and they are going to replace so many parts of it to where it's going to be more like, I think what will happen in the short term is basically neighborhood gigs. Like, hey, an automated robot got a package all the way from here to there. And now one person goes and is just like, for this neighborhood, you live in that neighborhood, and for whatever you go and you bring it, maybe not even the last mile. But as most delivery people know, there's the concept of the last mile. And that's usually the delivery person you meet. Everything prior to last mile is definitely getting automated, and elements of last mile will get automated. Thus that there will either be fewer people doing all of the last mile work because so much will have been freed up, or actually many more people doing it, but with far fewer hours because it's essentially going to be gig work. So yes, your job is going to definitely be in danger. Delivery drones and robots also do exist for certain things.
Yeah, I was going to say the drones are already there, but I've got to pop off now.
All right, no worries.
All right.
That's we don't promise to read these things anyway. That unfortunately is the show. Goodbye, everybody.
Sorry, guys. Love
We've got to go kill all the AI.